Gentlemen, what's going on?
What's up?
How is everybody?
Good. You?
Good.
My legs hurt.
You got some Starbucks there or what?
Yeah, always. It's my pre podcast ritual. I drive to Starbucks, get a Starbucks, and get myself set up.
You seem like the kind of guy that would like Uber Eats Starbucks to yourself. Do you do that?
I have to admit, I have Uber eated a dozen donuts before.
My buddy Julian, like my trade partner Julian, his girlfriend Uber Eats like $1,000 worth of Starbucks a month.
I can't. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Uber Eats and Starbucks. I can't do it. This coffee costs like $4 already.
Yeah, it's like 15 by the time you.
I know. I can't. No.
You had a little muffin in there as well? No?
Yeah, you do like 3 or 4 of those a day when you're working. Like that adds up.
That's the other thing too. If I Uber Eats to Starbucks, I'm going to be like, well, they're delivering anyway, so
yeah, get my money's worth.
I might as well get some banana bread and something else, and then next thing
the banana bread's the good stuff.
That's the best thing they got there.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I finally figured out my training system. So I've been bouncing all over the place. I don't know if you guys know, I had that podcast with Brad Schoenfeld, and there was this big controversy about you can lift light and still grow, and people are like, no, that's bullshit.
Sure.
So I tried it for a few weeks, and I was sore as fuck. Like my workouts were intense.
So lifting light, but you're doing like high repetitions.
Yeah. So his premise is like there's a limit to how light. Like 35 reps is like 35 reps from your max is like the upper limit of how light you can go. So it's not like just lift as light as you want. It's like there's a limit to how light can be.
Pick up 5s and do 1,000.
Yeah. So it's not that. So I was doing like 20 rep stuff, 25 rep stuff, and I was like doing some supersets and shit. And my intensity was crazy. I was sore as fuck. But I did notice like things start to look flatter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know what that is. Like, how do you explain that? Because he's like, you can still gain muscle training light, but the muscle looks different than when you train heavy.
You're not going to get the nutrient uptake. You're not going to create the same amount of damage within the muscle for it to actually uptake and absorb. You know, like I can do it. If I do 1,000 bodyweight squats, I'll be sore as shit tomorrow. My legs aren't going to grow off of it.
I mean, if you run a marathon, your legs are going to be sore. You're sure?
No. Wait a minute. But you guys just skipped over the fact that I said there was an upper limit to how light.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, is going to start using that as an example. Just because you're sore isn't indicative of growth.
True. So but is there a way I could still be growing, but the muscle could still look flatter? Is that possible?
And so like as if you don't feel like as full and round.
Yeah, like when I look at my legs, I'm like, you know, it's been like 3 weeks, and I looked at my legs, I'm like, that fucking sweep's starting to go away a little bit.
Have you measured them?
No, I've never measured. I mean, that would probably be the best indicator, but
outside of changing your training, has anything else changed? Your nutrition, your cycle, or anything?
No, my nutrition's actually better. My nutrition's actually better, and I haven't been using any GH, and I was actually kind of off. Like I was Fouad off for a little while. Not like actually
so kind of off.
Kind of off.
Not here.
Okay, I'll tell you guys the truth. So I had a cycle planned, but because I was like, I had tweaked my elbow and I was all over the place during Christmas, I was doing like 1 shot a week. It was just fucked up. It was like I kept missing my shots. Like 1 week I would do 1 shot. I hate doing shots. So 1 week I would do 1 shot, 1 week I do 2 shots. And I was like, fuck, okay. So in the last month, I've gotten like really on everything. But that wouldn't explain my legs being worse. It would mean things should be better.
Yeah.
So that's what I was asking.
Are you doing more cardio? Are you doing any cardio?
I'm not doing any cardio because the gyms are locked down. So normally I would go to the gym and do cardio but yeah. So cardio right now.
This is where I think the training does make an impact in the response for the muscle cell to actually uptake and absorb nutrients based on the load that you're lifting does matter. That's why I was asking all other factors. Has anything else changed? Mm-hmm. If it hasn't really.
You know what's really crazy about it is when I'm done the work, like let's say I take legs, for example, I would be doing like some high rep stuff with some supersets and whatever. When I was done, my legs looked like they're round as fuck.
Do you think maybe because of the higher volume you're doing and the amount of reps that you're maybe burning through more calories and more glycogen and then you're flattening yourself out more? You know what I mean?
Could be, but I don't feel flat. Like, like sometimes you can feel when you're flat. Like when I
It's
get
like, like going into like peak week of a show, if you keep like cranking the volume up and you just wither away kind of thing,
Yeah, but
like
I think I'm eating way too many calories for that. And like I'm eating a lot of food right now. And the other thing is I get my pumps are like that. Like when I get to the gym, like I'm 3-4 sets into my workout and I'm fucking pumped as fuck.
Yeah, so you are getting pumped.
So it's not that. I think it's just what Ben said is like,
yeah, less nutrient uptake from the training.
Maybe you can build muscle training light, but I don't know if the muscle looks the same.
It definitely has a different look. There's a different fullness and like I think training. If I want to get the best pump possible, just for like a short acute period of time, I would pick a lighter weight with a higher. But if I want to actually have like a fuller look to me all week round, the heavy loading just I'm like fuller for the whole week. I mean, I'm not full. I'm not Iain James kind of, but I have a fuller, harder, denser look to me if I'm lifting heavy and getting after it and doing the fader stuff,
Yeah. I feel like
it's almost like that pump kind of goes like this and then does this.
That's what I said that I forget which coach I had on the show, but I said when I train light, I get that soreness and fullness, but it's like for a day and then it's gone.
Yeah.
When I train heavy, I might not get as sore, but the fullness lasts like 3-4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think I just kind of did my own experiment. But I think what I learned was also my joints felt a lot better. So I think what I'm going to do is mix the two systems. Because
what, like use some like heavy compounds and then like rest for the.
I might do like a lighter week in between.
Okay.
Or I might just do some lighter stuff within each workout. I'm going to try and figure out exactly how I want to do it. But I know I feel a lot healthier after this month of after the last 3 weeks of going light.
Yeah.
So like my elbows feel better.
In a sense too, like there's going to be way less like load on your nervous system from that too. Like, so I'm sure you feel better in that aspect,
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm going to try. That's one of the things about bodybuilding is funny is people always message me and they're like this or that. Are you going to do this? Are you going to train heavy? And I'm like, but there's,
I don't know.
Yeah, you can kind of work both into a system. So I'm going to try and have to figure it out. Ben, what would you do if you were trying to work out a system where you did both? Would you do one light week or would you do?
No. So Luke and I kind of did. I think we actually spoke about this because Iain said a similar thing at one point. I know that we typically choose 3 big lifts that would be heavy, and then exercise 4, 5, and 6 would be more pump, conventional, like 12 to 15s, 3 to 4 sets of it.
Yeah.
And that way you could even do just 2 heavy compounds and then go do 4. That's what I would do, depending on how your joints are holding up to that weight. But
that's kind of what I did before. But can you reduce it even more? Like if you did 2 heavy movements in a workout, is that enough?
Yeah. Okay. It is if those heavy sets are
to failure.
Yeah. Like if you're shaking and trembling, one fucking set would be productive.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Could I do one exercise? Like if I'm training legs,
right now if I were you, I would start with one. I'd introduce one hard
2 sets of one, and then if you want to work up to a second.
I actually did that yesterday. So, like I said, it'd been 3 weeks, and I'm like, okay, my legs don't look right. So when I trained legs yesterday, I went really heavy on the leg press, and added like some a couple rest pause sets at the end, and just really made it fucking hurt.
And my leg use the movements where your joints can. Like you're not going to be able to do that for a squat. I'm assuming because your knees are going to blow out.
Yeah,
body crazy heavy, but
yeah.
And then maybe because I know you said you left some of the Smith pressing or barbell away, right? Because that was fucking up my elbows as well.
What's that? You mean bench pressing?
Yeah, like any press that I do now on a barbell, I really notice like for days after my elbows are wrecked. Yeah. If I do anything which is unilateral, like a dumbbell, or even just like the hammer press machines that are isolateral, I don't get any elbow pain.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah. You notice that, Iain, with bench pressing, your elbows get torn up or no? Yeah, I never could target my elbow problems. I'm like, is it tricep day? Is it chest day? And then I actually narrowed it all the way down to just barbell.
Yeah,
it's actually just the barbell that's fucking me up.
or Smith. I get the same on Smith, but like if
But
I go to
that fixed position.
yeah, isolateral machines or dumbbells, I find it a lot less. But I'm like addicted to barbell pressing, incline barbell pressing. Like I don't flap ever.
Because you're a fucking monster at it. That's why.
I feel like a precedent that I have to be strong at it now in my life. So like I always have to do it. You know?
Yeah. But it doesn't mess with your elbows at all.
It does. It's terrible.
But you do it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like that with my squat. Afterwards, I'm like, I got to ice my fucking knees. Yeah, if I ever do a session and I don't squat, my knees feel way better. But I'm like, shit, I'm so pot committed into this.
But mentally, you feel like a fucking dickhead. You
know? Yeah. I
find it's too barbell pressing. I get like a lot of pain, like in here, like down from holding the bar, like down the side of like almost like splint feeling down the side of my forearm.
So I've got one of those rumble rollers, and before I do any press, I roll on here. Yeah. And it does help because my grip's too fucking, and I find that if I do a barbell press now, when I lock out and if it's on a Smith or something, I lock and then I can't unwrap this hand. I'm like,
gotta go super slow. Yeah. If you go fast, it's like an intense pain. You gotta go like super slow.
Yeah.
Is it, are we mentally fucked? Because I'm like that too. There's some movements, like if I don't do them, I'm like, that wasn't a good workout.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like you said about my knees, right? So for me, I got to squat or hack squat.
Yeah.
And if I don't do either one heavy, I'm like, that wasn't a good leg workout.
Wasn't anything. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I hate leg press, so I'm like, fuck that. Like I can go heavy on it. Yeah. I just don't feel like I've been productive. I'm like, no, fuck that. That was shit.
You don't feel it?
I kind of feel it, but it doesn't make me work. You know, I can keep loading. I keep loading. I can make it hard, but I'm like,
not the same feeling as
you feel like I feel like I've sold out if I do that. You know?
You like to work out like a quad workout of like extensions, leg press, like a lunge or something. You wouldn't feel like fulfilled, you know?
Okay, I gotta say something. Yesterday, because I'm mindful of my knees right now. I did that. I did hack squat, but I didn't hack squat heavy. And I feel exactly the way you're talking about. My legs are sore. I know I got a good workout, but mentally I'm like,
you didn't do shit.
I didn't go crazy enough because I didn't do, but is that mentality good, or is that mentality what ends up getting us injured?
I mean, it's a catch-22. Like it's both, right? Because, you know, having that mentality is one of those things that makes you do those exercises the days, even when you don't want to. But it also makes you do it when you shouldn't, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what you said, Ben. It's like, Ben, you said, I remember one podcast we talked about it, and you said, you don't always have to do the things. Like, I remember you stressed one day that you don't always have to do the exercise that everybody says is the best exercise. So
my back workouts are complete sellout workouts, but I'm getting the most amount of growth ever from my back.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not doing any I'm not doing any free weight. The only thing I do is like a heavy rack pull, and that's just at the end, but I'm not doing any heavy rows. Like Luke and I would live off of rows, right?
Yeah, like 4-plate rows,
dumbbell rows, barbell rows, anything like that. And I don't do any of that anymore. I just do all fucking chest supported machine stuff, and my back growth has been exponential from it.
Even Chris, with his back improved so much this year, like he got away from doing his ridiculous heavy barbell rows and deadlifts and stuff, and he was doing like 90% machine work and like lighter dumbbell work. Yeah.
So then it kind of explains that we're being dumb. Like it basically what you're saying is I can still grow legs without doing hack squats and squats.
Oh yeah, I know some guys with like I don't want to misquote Sasan, but Sasan's legs are retarded, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
he certainly doesn't squat ever. And I don't think he hack squats. I think he was Smith squat to 90 degrees, and then that's about as kind of hardcore as he gets. And the rest of it is pretty much machine loaded.
Yeah.
And his legs are retarded.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out the longevity of it, right? Like I'm 42. I don't want to stop training. I don't want to train. You know, people are like, oh, don't train so hard. It's like, maybe there's a way where I can still train hard, but just use different exercises.
But then I think that more comes down to training hard in the rep range, like you've been doing, you know, higher repetitions like that. I think that's going to give you that feeling of fulfillment from like really pushing sets to like, you know, really fucking hurting, but not necessarily like destroying your joints and tendons and ligaments through excessive loads that you don't necessarily need, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard though, because you know, you can still do heavy weight for a lot of reps. Like yesterday we were doing leg press and I was doing, you know, 10 plates on the Cybex machine, which that Cybex is fucking heavy.
Yeah.
10 plates on that.
The levered one.
No, not the squat press, the regular leg press.
Oh, okay.
Right. I was doing that for 20s. So it's still high reps, but it's also still enough weight to get fucking injured. So it's like, where the fuck is the line where you're like, you know, it's just a difficult place to be in. So I'm trying to.
The flip side of that is me and probably Ian's the same with his incline bench. If I'm having a shitty week and I go and do a good squat session, like I can literally just go and do a squat and I mentally am just like, oh, everything's okay now.
100%, yeah.
And there is a trade-off for me because I'm like, there's value in that for me mentally.
You mean just feeling like you're accomplished?
Yeah, I've had stressful weeks. I've had stressful weeks where I was like arguing with an ex and I'm like, fucking hell, she's doing my head in. And Luke and I are like warming up for legs and I'm pissing and moaning. We get round to squatting. I fucking bury a set of squats. And afterwards I'm like, oh, I'll give a shit. I don't care anymore. It's fine.
Did you say arguing with an ex?
If I was, when I was with my ex, if we were arguing.
I thought
this is when I was with Luke, right? So I'm saying, like, I can remember, I say that because I can literally remember the one workout where I was super stressed and nothing felt right. And then we got under the squat bar, we started squatting, and I got something which I squatted pretty heavy. I can't remember what I did now. And afterwards, I was like, I just felt this calm. Yeah. All that stress just went away.
That happens to me a lot, though. Like even, you know, sometimes me and my wife will be fighting about something. I'll go to the gym and then it's gone after. But I didn't even talk to her about it. I just, whatever emotion I released at the gym, fixed it.
Yeah.
I find I have a very, very hard time like training when I have any kind of like anxiety like that in my mind. You know,
it depends.
Like, I find it very hard to like keep focus. Like I'm like ruminating on these things so hard in my head. I find it very hard to focus on training. I need to be like, if I'm fighting with Melissa, I need that fight like 100% fucking clear, or I can't train right. You know?
Okay, so it's funny you said that. So back in the day, for some reason, I don't know if it was because I was younger, more selfish, whatever. I would be like, "Fuck you! I'm going to the gym." I would go to the gym and I would just train and I would ignore it.
I can't.
Now, like, I don't know, a few weeks ago we got in a fight and I left for the gym and I sat at the gym and texted her for like 20 minutes and we resolved it through text. And then I crushed my workout.
100%,
So it's really fucking weird now. I can't, I'm like you now, Ian, I can't block it, but I used to be able to like not care.
I'm like that now when my workouts are more scary as well. When I'm doing fluffy shit, if I'm doing like fluffy high rep stuff, I've gone through phases where I've done bullshit workouts, right? And if I was doing a bullshit workout, it wouldn't matter. I could be stressed and just go through the motions. I don't think the way Ian trains, James trains, you can have other shit.
Why do you keep leaving me out of that? I want to know why you keep leaving.
Because you don't do this. Right now, Ian and James lift that way. Right now, you don't.
Well, I do. It's a lot lighter. That's all. It's the intensity. It's not the weight. What Ian's trying to say is he's not saying I can't lift heavy because I'm angry. He's saying I can't get in the zone to train because I'm angry. So it doesn't matter if you're lifting light or lifting heavy. The point is you can't get focused.
It's when there's something in my mind like that, like whether it's anything like a fight with Melissa, or say I was having an Instagram argument with someone that day, or whatever it is, anything that's like in my mind that's like, you know, playing over and over, like I can't like, you know, let go of that anxious feeling of it. I can't train well until it's resolved. How do
you resolve the Instagram thing? I don't care about. It's my if I'm fighting with my wife, I have to fix it. But how do you resolve the Instagram thing before training? Do you say sorry to the person on Instagram?
I mean, a lot of times, I mean, this is a thing that I've needed to stop having so many fucking Instagram battles. It was like goddamn workout.
You know what? This is funny. It leads me to my next question. Why are you starting more trouble?
What? About who? This is the Nick Walker?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't starting trouble. I was just being funny. Come on.
I saw your post. I'm like, fucking Ian throws himself right in the shit every time.
I had to. I thought it was too fun not to.
I didn't go back and check it. What's it at?
I didn't see what you actually.
So for those.
Oh, okay, I actually chirped Kai Green more than anyone.
That's what I'm saying. So
Ian I did see that one.
Ian, explain to people who aren't in. Okay, so let's first of all the drama for those of you.
I'll give context. I can give context here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's this thing right now because Nick Walker and Blessing Awodibu, what's his last name?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Blessing, that guy with Redcon. is they're both doing New York Pro in 14 weeks or whatever it is. And I don't know how this initial thing stirred up, but there's, you know, obviously some kind of competitive rivalry between the two of them about who's going to beat who at the New York Pro. So I don't know what the whole genesis and what this was, but I just saw that Nick had put up a video kind of laughing about it. And then Blessing had a video with like him and Kai Green, some other Redcon people like laughing about it. Mm-hmm. And then Nick on his post, and then Kai had commented on it just saying lol.
Yeah.
And then someone said, Kai's going to come back and like, you know, Kai's going to show up at the New York Pro and beat all you guys. And I'm like, lol, Kai ain't entering shit, you know? Like, Kai ain't entering anything. Like, Kai will be, I'll do the Olympia, I'll do the Arnold, string everyone along, but he's not entering anything, you know? Which is, come on, that's kind of true.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. No. But, I mean, history, I'm just speaking off of history. Maybe he'll show up at the New York Pro. I don't fucking know. I don't really care, to be honest. But, yeah. I mean, based off historical facts, he hasn't competed since what, 2017? I mean,
yeah, the history is on your side for sure.
You know, he will, you know, tease at doing shows all the time and, you know, comebacks and this and Olympia little teasers. And then he's obviously never there. He likes to keep the buzz, to keep, you know, I don't know if it's a relevance thing. I don't think he needs to keep relevant. He's still very popular, but you know, whatever it is, just a fun thing that he does. So I kind of made a joke at it, and then some other guy got upset about it, and then it, you know,
did you go back and forth or no? I didn't go back and
a couple times, yeah. He just said something about like Kai's won more shows than you've even entered, and then it just kind of like went back and forth.
Is that true?
No, he's only won 9 shows. I've won 2. I mean, he's only won 4 times more shows than me. It's like.
Yeah, but
he's won 9 shows. I've done like 25 shows in my life. So I mean,
we have to have a talk, Ian.
Why?
Because you have to be more respectful to other bodybuilders, especially ones that are better.
Yeah, but it said that he was better than me. I said it straight up in the thing. I'm like, look, I know Kai's way better than me. You know, I'm not arguing Kai's better, but Kai's not entering a show. That's
I want to know why you felt the urge. I want to get to the root of the problem. Why did you feel the urge to jump in? Is it just for fun?
Well, because I like Nick. Like Nick's like I think Nick's cool, and I just wanted to like take Team Nick on this and just like be funny, you know?
yeah.
So it was more just for that, and because I already have this historical disdain for Kai Green, apparently, like I you know, that I've stated on this show and stuff. So I was like, well, shit, this is my opportunity to keep up that, you know, that facade. So I went for it. You know, I didn't really mean to battle with the other guy. That was more just a joke. And like, he came at me. So I just like kind of jokingly picked at him. That was just silly.
So instead of trying to correct your previous statements about Kai Green, you decided to double up on him?
Well, I'm not retracting any of my statements.
No.
I never said I didn't agree with anything I've said in the past.
I know you're not retracting, but instead of trying to
why? I don't owe Kai anything. I mean, like, you know, I mean, I don't look, I have immense respect for Kai as a bodybuilder. I mean, let's not get that twisted. And I've never said anything disrespectful about Kai that, you know, other than that, I just thought he was overrated in a sense. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I understand why Kai's so popular. I understand, you know, that he has placed second place at a lot of Olympias, and he's in a great bodybuilder. He's a multiple Arnold Classic winner. He's won 9 pro shows. I mean, I went Wikipedia that. So, I mean, fuck, like, you know. But I'm still allowed to have my opinion that I think he is an overrated bodybuilder. I mean, I think Kevin Levrone's overrated, but it's like, this is just my opinion.
Here we go. Who else, Ian? Come on, let's just get it all out on the table.
Kai Green.
Okay, I get. You know what, man? I'm gonna get fucking. Okay.
No. I mean, it's
for
fine.
the record, I did not say any of that shit.
What shit did I say that's so bad?
You said Kevin Levrone's overrated.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
I mean, this is an opinion. It's strictly an opinion.
Okay, we need to decipher this. Okay, before we get into that, I just have one question.
Yeah.
If there's some people that can fuck with people on the internet, like Sergio, for example.
Yeah.
And they don't lose a fucking wink of sleep.
Okay, yeah. So I do it and I get frustrated about it.
Yeah.
Something like Kai Green, though, like that won't give me anxiety. Like I could go sleep right after that.
But the bickering with everybody online, that doesn't get to you?
No, I mean, stuff like that doesn't, because I know it's all in jest, and I know I didn't say anything like. I only get the anxiety about it when I feel I might have said something one to like actually offend someone. I know I'm not offending Kai Green by saying Kai ain't doing shit. Like, you know, I know Kai has a sense of humor and he can take that. I only do when I feel like I might have offended someone and I second guess my comment. You know, like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe that was a little too far or something like that. Or when I feel like I'm losing the argument, you know. When it's like, not be good on that, I don't know what the fuck to say back, you know.
Do you want to retract your statement about Kevin Levrone before we get into it?
Yeah, okay. I just threw a name out there. We'll pretend I retract that.
Okay. No, do you retract? Do you actually? I want to know if you actually retract that statement.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's a good bodybuilder. He's great. He was great. Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta. Look at Ben. Do you want to dive in?
I'm just trying to stir shit up. I'm just kidding.
Do you actually think
you don't believe me now? You don't believe me now, do you?
I'll edit it out, but do you? I probably won't. But do you actually think that?
Yeah, a little.
Okay,
I think that some of the good versions of Kevin were like ridiculously good, but when I look at like Kevin's physique as a whole in the Olympias, I don't see what everyone's so impressed about now.
Why?
I mean, I think his
quads, where are the weaknesses that you
was lacking quads and the shape was not great. I mean, there was not significant separation. His front double, I didn't think was super pretty, like because of that. His back shots were not great at all. Super shallow in the back. Glutes and hams were never super hard. I think he had an insane most muscular and an insane side chest, and that's kind of it to me.
Okay, we are way on different pages.
Really?
Yeah, I totally disagree with you on so much of what you just said.
Yeah,
Ben, before I bring up photos, Ben, how do you feel about what he just said? Is he accurate or no?
I'm more team Fouad on this one.
Well, I'm not asking you to pick my side or his side. I'm just asking if you think
No.
Is Kevin Levrone a good bodybuilder?
Whoa, I said Kevin Levrone a good bodybuilder.
Ian's not disputing that. He just said he's overrated. Like, we're talking overrated in the realms of
hey, look,
Olympia.
When I say overrated, I'm not saying that Kevin Levrone isn't one of the greatest bodybuilders. I'm saying I don't think that when people talk about like Kevin Levrone being like one of the uncrowned Mr. Olympia's greatest to never win it, like I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
but there's
argument guy, and I think he's as good as any of the top guys, but I don't think that he is as good as someone like Flex Wheeler and deserves.
Flex Wheeler's way. Yeah, to me, Flex Wheeler is
the blows out of the fucking water. You know.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I don't agree with that. I think it's just a different physique. I think he was very close to beating Dorian Yates, which is pretty crazy to say.
But I think Flex Wheeler was closer, especially the last one.
I think they were equally. Arguments could be made for both bodybuilders. When I think of those guys in the '90s, I think Dorian Yates, and then I think Kevin Levrone, Flex Wheeler are on the same. To me, they're on the same wavelength. I know. Not like if somebody said to me who has a better physique, I'd probably pick Flex. But it's not like Kevin Levrone's way out of the. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't think Ian's saying he's shit, right?
No, not at all.
All right, let's look at some photos. So, Ian said that his back was shallow. And I'm looking at a photo here that I'm like, this is not. This is a thick back.
Really? This is the 2000 Olympia.
Ian, okay, I got pictures here. No one can see your phone. So, but before you say 2000 Olympia, you're talking about a guy past his prime at that point. Like Kevin Levrone's prime was like early to late 90s.
Hey, here, look at this shot. This is on the same page. Go Kevin Levrone back double. Google Kevin Levrone back double.
Why don't we just look at the photos we have here? There's every
because I have a photo right here.
But every pose is here already.
Look at this.
But you're picking one pose out of like probably not his best.
Hamstring. Look at that.
It's probably not his best. Like that's a later year. That's not early Kevin Levrone.
This isn't super late,
is it Kevin Levrone or Kevin Levrone?
I have no idea.
Can anybody figure that out for me? Because people say it both ways. So, Ian, get off your phone for a second, please. Get off your phone. That's also that's early 2000s you're looking at. Look at him earlier on in his career.
Yeah,
this is 95. Look at his hamstrings.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're looking at hamstrings.
I can find just as many photos that look bad as look as good as.
Yeah, because you're looking from after 2000.
Okay, but like even like
you got to judge a bodybuilder in their prime. You don't judge them like if you judge me in 2017, I look like a bag of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't judge a bodybuilder by his worst show.
I don't know. Something about the physique just like never, other than his like most muscular side chest, never like screamed anything like crazy to me, you know?
Oh, I find it amazing that you're saying that. I'm trying to find something other than a most muscular to look at. But
Yeah, see,
you're like his quads are too big or too small.
No, they don't have like a good sweep on them, and they're like lacking a lot of detail and separation.
What?
Look at the separation in that.
Ben, is this a bad sweep?
The sweep looks good in there, but there's still very little separation. His chest is way overpowered by his arms and delts, like way
that
over.
I'll give you.
That's true.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. His chest is definitely not as big as his shoulders.
Hey, go down in that photo you're clicked on. Go down middle of one. No, on the right side, down middle. No,
Look at that.
Nope. Back.
Go
back.
Tell me where the lagging
This is a
area.
photo shoot photo, man. Go back. Go back.
Okay, 1 second. Here, I think it was this one. And you want to look at this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, look at his quads, man.
This is 2002 or something.
I don't know what fucking year it is.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you can't judge Kevin after 2000, if you judge him in the early years, in 1992 or whenever he turned pro, all the way to 98, 99, he's massive and he's complete everywhere. Like, look how thick he is here. Like, it's crazy.
Look at his quads still. Like, it's weird, you know? Look at him next to Nasser. Look at Nasser's lat width. And Kevin's staying in front of Nasser. Nasser's quads are bigger, waist is nicer, lats are wider.
Look at, you said his back was shallow. Look how thick it looks here.
No, but this on a back lat. I'm talking on a back double. He doesn't have a good back double.
Maybe. I got to find one.
Like, yeah, it looks awesome in the back
lat.
Okay,
there's a back double. How's that bad? Then you said his hamstrings were thin, and I'm like, look at the hamstrings.
No, I said that his glutes and hamstrings were never in shape.
This is his. Look at this is him. This is him next to Flex Wheeler. His fucking shoulders are better. That's Flex Wheeler right there. His shoulders are better. His arms are better. His hamstrings are better. His fucking calves are probably better because Flex's might be fake. So, so the only thing Flex Wheeler has that's better than Kevin Levrone in this shot is his lats are thicker and his scapula is a little thicker.
Well, I mean, he's not in the pose even close to the same. Like, that's a terrible comparison, obviously.
Okay, fine.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, don't do that.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
Okay. So when they're good ones, they're good ones. But when they're bad,
no, I'm telling you.
No, I was saying, don't put him next to fucking Phil.
No,
back double, for fuck's sake. Because
I'm agreeing.
Even if a good back double, it's not being putting it next to Phil just fucks you.
Yeah, but that's them in the back lat spread, and he's a lot closer.
Yeah, but I never said he had a bad back lat spread.
Okay, so he's got one bad pose, his back double. And that's not even, this is later. This is 2000. So I don't count that. Well, I said, no, I fully disclosed. It's got to be early Kevin Levrone. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's got
picture far left. Go far left there. What's that? The bald head.
This is 98, I think. Because I remember he came in a little soft that year. He's trying to be bigger.
I mean, he doesn't look big or in condition.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah.
And look at that picture there with him and Jay Cutler.
Where? This one?
Yeah.
This is
95, man.
Yeah, but Cutler's 250 pounds here. Like, things had advanced by then.
No, I know, but not looking at him next to Cutler still, you know? I'm gonna get shit on so hard.
You're gonna get so fucking killed. They're gonna make 10 videos about this video.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god, we should just don't talk about other bodybuilders.
Here, look at that one. Look at the front lat.
Where?
Go left.
Where?
No, with him and Dorian stuff. Front lat.
I can't see it. Where?
Right next to the photo you have.
Oh, this one. This one?
Yeah, look at that.
You can't even see. It's from the side.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's no separation of quads whatsoever. Zero. Look at that. There's no thickness in the chest, no lat width. Quads are not separated.
What do you mean? Look at that. His waist is better.
Yeah, his waist is great. Sure.
His lats aren't like far behind. His chest looks equal. I mean,
I'm not comparing him to Dorian. I'm just looking at it as an individual.
Well, I'm comparing it to the people he competed with at that time.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about
one of them is one of the greatest Olympians ever, right?
Yeah,
and that's the issue. The fact he was up against Dorian, I think that's what people are like giving a bit more of a rub because.
But I mean, look at this.
Take Dorian out of the equation, and Kevin's a fucking Olympian, right?
When I look at this, Dorian's winning the shot because he's harder, but as far as muscularity goes, they're pretty similar in size.
Close to muscularity for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think.
And look, and this is strictly an opinion. I just see it, and I don't look at it, and I'm be like, wow, that is a physique. Like when I look at a physique like Dorians or Flex Wheelers or Ronnies or Phils, I look at that and I'm like, that's fucked, you know, like that is fucking crazy. I would never look like that. That's insane. Like it's when I look at Kevin's, I'm like, man, you know, like, look, that's like, I don't look at that and go like, holy shit, that's the craziest physique I've ever seen in my life. You know, which I look, and I think he's great, and I think he deserves a lot of praise, and I think he was an incredible bodybuilder. But do I think that when people say like he's one of the uncrowned Mr. Olympias, I don't really agree with that statement.
I think Kevin Levrone in his prime has amazing quads, has amazing shoulders, amazing arms. Chest and back are probably not as thick as some of the other guys he competed against, but they're still great. I definitely don't. My final thought on it is I definitely don't think he's overrated. I think if you look at Kevin Levrone 2001 to 2004, whenever he retired, that's a different story. But if you look at him in his prime, I don't think like his quads are double, like not double, but his quads are better than
size. I never said they were small. I just
said they're just as separated as Dorian's here. The thing is, the thing that's different about Kevin Levrone's physique next to Dorian's here is his chest is not as thick and his lats are not as thick.
His quads aren't as separated for sure.
What do you think? What do you think, Ben?
I can see what Ian's saying, but I don't agree that he's I don't agree he's overrated.
Yeah, that might be a strong statement.
The word overrated is a little strong of a word, but
yeah, that might be a strong statement.
See, look at his quads there too.
He's not even flexed there. Come on, come on.
I mean, it seems to be that his quads aren't flexed in a lot of photos.
No,
that's just happenstance, or
that's not true. That was the one photo. He's not flexing here. You can tell he's not flexing here. This is not what his quads
even that front lat as a whole, even if his quads were flexed, I don't look at that front lat and be like, wow, that's one of the greatest bodybuilders ever. Do you?
Yeah, I do, because it's better than Sean Ray's.
Your front lat is better than that.
No, it's not.
Your front lat in your prime is better than that.
No, it's not. This
100% it is.
No, it's not. This is better than Sean Ray's front lat. And
no, it's not. Sean Ray beats him in that pose all day.
There's no way, other than the separation in Sean Ray's legs here.
His midsection is way nicer, more detailed, more separated.
I think in that actual picture, Sean Ray's
Sean's killing him.
I don't see it.
And Dorian's beating both of them.
I don't see it. I see Dorian beating both of them. Yes, I don't see Sean Ray beating
any detail in his abs because he's too oily. His quads have no separation. Like I don't see anything at that makes me go like, wow, you know, at all. Like there too. Like it's like, yeah. Look at Sean's abs compared to that. Like,
is this the year Sean took second though? This is, I mean, maybe is a good.
Isn't that Dorian's last year?
Look at his quads there. Look at his quad separation there.
No, this isn't his Dorian's last year. This has got to be
look at Kevin's quad separation there. Have you ever showed up on stage with quads separated like that?
When I'm not flexing.
But how is he not flexing in every photo? Like, and his glutes there were not hard at all. I mean, you have to see what I'm saying a little bit.
I think you could pick apart any physique. I don't think, like, this is Kevin Levrone in his prime. Tell me his legs aren't separated.
Yeah, they look crazy for sure. Yeah, I'll give you that. That photo, they look awesome.
But it's the thing. It's like the older he got, the less he lost some of these amazing traits. But this is crazy.
Yeah, that's a good physique for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously way smaller there. I mean, he
looks. So when you look at this physique, do you think, holy fuck?
No,
I do.
I mean, that to me looks like a really good amateur from the Middle East right now. You know?
Oh my god.
I mean, he's probably 225 or 230 in that picture.
Ben, or Ian, I know he's not massive here, but the structure of this physique, the way it's put together, and
I don't disagree with you.
How clean the lines are, this is not something you see every day.
And also, his arms and shoulders haven't overwhelmed his upper body yet either.
Yeah, they're balanced. They actually
more balanced.
Yeah, there's good balance for sure.
Yeah,
but like you couldn't put that on a pro stage today and be super competitive.
No, but we're comparing. But this is the '90s. We're not comparing.
No, I know. But I'm saying he's obviously a lot smaller than he was later in his career. So it's like, okay, you can be small and have super nice detail, but then you got bigger and you didn't have the same detail. So, you know.
Yeah, but that happened to me. I mean, it happens to a lot of people. Like,
I know for sure.
Like, yeah, but I'm saying if you take somebody in their prime, right? Like, to me, Kevin's prime was his like first 2-3 years in the league.
So that's it. He just had a 3-year prime and that's it.
I'm saying his best years. Everybody has their best years, right? It's like,
I agree, yeah.
So
but even in his best years on stage, Like, look at his glutes and look at his back there.
His glutes are shredded.
His
and
glutes are soft. His hamstrings have no lines.
His glutes are not soft. There's a line right. There's a line right
there.
there.
Look at Sean to the far right, and then look at Kevin in comparison.
Yeah, but look at Dorian Yates. It's like
he's not flexing them clearly.
Yeah, he is. He's flexing. Yeah, he is. He's flexing this one.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. There's lines in it, and there's lines in Kevin's on both sides.
Go down to the bottom there, right side, front double.
Where?
In that same panel on the right. Yeah, there, front double.
His quads are flexed,
and they're not super separated at all.
Ben, why are you so quiet? You don't want to participate?
I think we've done this one. I think it was just the overrated word. That's the only issue here, right?
Well, it's not, because now we're picking apart the physique itself. Because I think anybody, I shouldn't say that because I don't want to make Iain sound bad, but I think anybody would agree that he's not overrated, because that's a really strong word. But I think, can you pick apart?
Maybe I'm meaning overrated in a different sense. Like, can you pick
apart? Wait a minute. Can you pick apart some things that may not be perfect? Yeah, I think you can do that to anybody.
Okay, here, this is the thing that I say. When people talk about Kevin and say that a best version of Kevin would come beat Phil Heath or win Olympia today, to me, that is like the most ludicrous statement ever, you know?
I think it's it's definitely not an educated opinion. It's
I don't think any version of Kevin could have beat or even stood close to Ramy in this year's Olympia, you know?
I think people that say those kind of things are more nostalgic than they are accurate.
That's what I'm saying when I say overrated. I'm speaking to the person that's saying that Kevin Levrone is the best non-winning Mr. Olympia of all time, that Kevin Levrone, if he was to show up, he would rival Phil Heath. Like, those people, that is what I'm saying he's overrated.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't disagree with you there, because those people are just nostalgic. They're not.
Okay, sure. Then that's all I'm saying. And that's why I said from the beginning, I didn't think he was a bad bodybuilder. I think Kevin's an amazing bodybuilder, but I think when you're putting him in the discussion of being like one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time and potentially beating some guys like Phil or Ronnie, like these kind of guys, I don't think that is a fair statement, you know?
No. I mean, he's giving up a lot of size. And I think Kevin Levrone even said it himself. I remember when he competed at the Olympia.
Click that back double back lat. Oh, it's gone now.
Fuck it. We've gone through enough. I think when when Kevin Levrone did the Olympia, he said himself, the guys are way bigger now, blah, blah, blah. So I think he himself would never say that he could beat Phil Heath.
Yeah.
And in that regard, in that statement, I would agree with you. That's a little bit, unfounded. It's not really an educated guess. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about him in his own era,
yeah, he was great.
I don't think he was over.
I said that from the beginning. I didn't disagree with that. I think
that's what that means. Like, when you say that guy's overrated, people think, oh, does that mean he was overrated in his era?
No.
Then
in the overall conversation of bodybuilding, I think that Kevin's name is thrown too high up the line than it should be.
Yeah, I think he evoked a lot of emotion in people. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of nostalgia about Kevin Levrone and how great.
You put me saying this at the beginning of this clip so that I don't. So that there's context to this. Because look, I think Kevin's awesome. There's no doubt. But do I think that Kevin is hyped up way more? Like I said, about being compared to some guys I think are way out of his league. Yes.
You know what the problem is, Iain? Your opinions are accurate. It's the way you say things.
Yeah, I know
I think if from the very beginning, all you said was, I think Kevin's great. I just don't think he could compete with today's Olympians.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the aftermath, not me. I don't give a fuck.
I just won't pay attention to the comments and just pretend it disappeared.
This is what Iain does on the Instagram. He makes that comment, and then it takes 2 hours for him to work it out, and then he's okay to go train.
He creates his own drama for the day, eh?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, so what's going on with this Nick and Blessing thing? Who you guys think?
Oh yeah, this is what the tangent was.
This is how we started in the first place. So anyway, so you injected your shit, but aside from that, who do you guys think is going to win? Because I think Blessing looks good, but Nick is a monster. So
monster man, yeah.
What do you think, Ben?
I know them both. I'm kind of friendly with them.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
I don't wanna.
We're gonna speak.
Nick is bigger and more complete. Certainly from when I last saw Blessing on stage. So I'll say that, right? That's my diplomatic answer, because he hasn't been on stage in a while. And if he improves, I'll tell you this, when he gets on stage, every time I've seen him, he's in shape.
like fucking in shape.
So is Nick.
Blessings.
Nick's in better shape.
I didn't say it. I'm just saying.
It is a comparison. Yes, you're right.
Blessing doesn't miss the mark very often. He's pretty consistent. It'll be interesting. I think Nick's more complete and bigger.
What do you think, Fouad?
I love Nick. Obviously, you know, we do bro chat together and he's amazing. He's massive. I don't think it's going to be easy. I do think he can beat him, but I don't think it's going to be easy because I see this and I'm like, to me, there's the thing. I think by the time Blessing gets shredded, Nick is going to look a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Difference. I think Blessing has a better back, like the actual back. I think Nick in the back double is still freakier. I think he's got a crazy X frame in his back double. I think his glutes and hamstring and adductors are probably the best in the pro league right now, to be honest. You know, I don't think anyone has adductors or hamstrings like Nick.
It's going to come down to structure. It's not going to come down to muscularity.
Yeah.
And if they
Blessing's waist is tiny on stage.
Yeah. The thing is, I just, it depends to me. Like when I see this, I'm like, okay, how much does he weigh here? I had to guess like 280, 290, 295, maybe. I don't know how tall he is, but I feel
he's about 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah. So he's probably 290 here, if I had to guess.
Sure.
By the time he loses all the fat, I mean, his back does not look overly massive.
Well, go down. There was photos from when he dyed it earlier in the year.
Yeah, because he was going.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was going to do a show.
Yeah. Keep going.
This is from earlier this year, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a pretty incredible physique, man. Like he's got great quads.
Yeah, no, his quads look awesome. That
small, tiny waist.
And his waist, like look at that front relax there. That his waist doesn't look the same in the front though.
No, he's got thicker obliques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a current picture though.
Yeah, that's an off-season.
When he's shredded and when he's on stage. Look at that. His waist is fucking tight. Nick doesn't have that waist.
No.
The other thing that Blessing has
Nick does from the back though. Nick's back from the back, his waist does look very small, but from the front it doesn't. You're right.
The other thing that Blessing has is his muscles very round. Like that looks really, really fucking bubbly. Nick's is dry as fuck and grainy, but it doesn't have that really bubbly appearance. So yeah. I don't know what that's going to count for either. So it's actually really tough because they're so different. You can't really judge them.
That's for me. It's going to be an apples and oranges thing, right? Because they're both going to be on point. I guarantee the Blessing will be, and he's with Chad now as well, right?
Is he?
Yeah,
he's working with Chad.
He's going to be shredded. Chad's going to fucking shred him right down. Yeah, and I don't know, man.
His posing is pretty on point as well.
It's kind of like nobody fucking take this literally, please, but it's kind of like a Flex Wheeler Dorian Yates situation. You have like that really
because they're black and white.
I didn't even think of that actually. Yes, it is. That's exactly
that's why you said don't take it the wrong way. So I just threw it out so obviously.
No, you're racist. That's why you thought of that.
Because one's dry and hard. It's because Nick's going to be dry and hard and Blessing's going to be round and bubbly, right?
That's exactly what I meant. I meant when I said don't take it literally, I meant people are going to be like, oh, Blessing's not like Flex Wheeler.
I thought you would take it literally as in Flex's black and
No, I just meant like their styles. So
yeah, for sure.
He's got more of a Flex Wheeler type physique, whereas Nick has more of a Dorian Yates type physique. And we all know what happened.
Grainy, hard, yeah.
We all know what happened in that scenario. So if it plays out the same,
and he's doing the New York, which favors a monster.
The bigger guys, yeah. I don't know. I mean, does politics have anything to do with it? Because Blessing's got 1 million followers. I don't think so.
But then he also hasn't earned his stripes in the pro league, right?
That's also true, yeah. This is him at 285. So I think he's going to end up somewhere at 250 on stage.
I would agree with that, yeah.
He's definitely got 30 to 40 pounds here from what I'm seeing. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the final thoughts on this? Look at this. Here. Look at that. That's a good physique, man.
Are not like it doesn't seem like they're going to be like that was at 3 weeks out, and those are not 3 week out glutes and hams to me.
Yeah, but he's with Chad now, and I have a feeling
that front double is awesome. His back thickness is ridiculous. I mean, I'd be crazy to insult that. I mean, it's 10 times better than my back. But
his back thickness, his back itself though, is not overly large. Like it's very small
small surface area, but like the thickness of it, like
the thickness of it's good. Yeah.
Like the erectors through the traps is crazy. You know?
If he could build his lats out to be a little bit hangier, like drop a little bit, he would be very impressive in the back. The front double.
I think Nick has more of a freak factor, I think. And I think in certain shots, like, I think Nick is very overwhelming. And I think his best shots, like his back double, I think Nick is going to have a lot of impressive parts, like in his back double, his hams, like I said, his glutes and hams and adductors are just crazy,
That's going to be tough for him, man. That front double we just looked at was
Blessings is pretty.
the size of his fucking arms, though.
Yeah, I know, but they might take the shape. You know what I mean?
Well, get a stage shot of Nick. Let's find some stage shots there.
But it wasn't a stage shot of Blessing. I picked.
No.
Just 1 second. See if I can find it again. I know this is the worst part of the show because people are waiting.
Well, you were also taking a 3-week out photo versus Nick's off season.
Yeah, but Nick's off season looks like he's fucking 3 weeks out.
Yeah, but it's still not the same.
We'll go back. We'll look at more Nick. I just want to find that. Where the fuck was it? Where the fuck? There it is. Okay. So there's Blessing. There's Nick. Let's find a better one of Nick. Let's go down to.
Hey, go up though.
1 second. Here's him. This is him shredded. Wow. Wow.
Okay, wow.
I don't know, man.
I think we forgot.
Yeah, I think we forgot. That's why I had to pull it up because I was like, oh shit.
And his arms are gigantic. His quads are so freaky. Like,
hey, sorry, Nick.
And like, man, these are some of his worst shots. Like, look at his like most muscular back double. Like, I mean,
his most muscular is retarded.
We're gonna go.
Crazy. Like,
we're gonna go. I'm gonna find something.
Look at that back double, man. Like, that's just bonkers, man.
Look at the legs.
Yeah, those are the best hamstrings and adductors in the pro league right now, by far.
Nick Walker is a fucking freak, man. That development in his quad, hamstring, glute area, adductors, it's just like it's fucking insane.
Look at that shot right there. That's fucking freaky, man. Like,
yeah, you know what? The best thing about him is he fucking just has the drive and the confidence to fucking go.
Look at those legs. What the fuck are those? Like, yeah, the back is good. It's fine, sure. I mean, I think Blessing's back is better, but I mean, for a guy with not a super small waist from the front, his X taper in this is crazy, and his legs are just fucked, man.
His quads are actually coming around from the front to join in.
His adductors are like in full contact in the back there.
Yeah.
I mean, and even go up, like his abs and thigh there, even if you go up, was really nice too. Like,
1 second. 1 second.
What are you looking for?
Some more stage shots.
Like, that's just wild, man.
It's going to be tough. You know, one thing I have to say about Nick is when he did Chicago, I didn't. Okay, this is going to sound weird. As thick as he is, and I'll tell him this tonight because I think he's on the show again. Like, we're going to podcast to do tonight or tomorrow. But as big as he is, when he was on stage with the guys in Chicago, he didn't look like he overpowered them in size.
No, you're right. I agree. I mean, in the back double, he stood by far, but in other poses, I will agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is muscularity wise, yes, he overpowered a lot of people, but his overall
stage. Wasn't he on stage with Akim as well? And Akim's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, but this is structurally, Nick is not like a tall or huge guy.
Yeah, know? That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like,
I mean, like, this is with me after the Olympia when you said like you didn't realize how big I am, because like I'm just structurally a very big guy. Yeah. You know, where like Nick isn't, but Nick has a ton of muscle. So when I'm not like super full, I just have a wide structure that looks super flat. You know, where like Nick is like super dense and compact. Like
that's kind of what I'm wondering is Blessing. Ben, you've been around Blessing. Is Blessing a big guy structurally?
Yeah,
like he's got wide shoulders, tall, wide shoulder guy.
No, it's muscle. His frame is not big.
So he's over. So then Nick has a chance of beating him then. Because the only thing I think that could beat Nick is if Blessing looked that way, but also had the wide shoulders and the big structure to go with it. Mm-hmm. So I think if they both don't have a super big structure, the guy with more muscle is going to win, in my opinion. I mean,
a structure like a Kuklo or like a Dallas structure would be hard for someone like Nick.
Kuklo.
That's what I just said.
No, you said Kuklo.
Kuklo. Oh, it's Kuklo?
It's Kuklo. Just because I always think of cuck when you say that, and I don't think.
Sorry, Steve.
I don't think Kuklo wants to be a cuck.
No. But yeah, Kuklo or McCarver kind of physiques, I think would be a harder physique for Nick to stand next to.
Yeah, that overall massive structure, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Blessing's impressive. Like
they're both extremely impressive for sure. I still give the edge to Nick. Yeah.
Is Blessing going to end up being? I'm sorry, I keep going back to this, but it's a really impressive shot. Is Blessing going to end up being like our times Flex Wheeler?
That's a very big statement.
Yeah, but this bubbly back is what makes me think of it. Like his muscle's very round.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like if
disagree with you, but
if Chad gets him, like imagine this physique shredded, like.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
Because he does hold fullness even when he's dieting down. Yeah, he doesn't lose that bubbly look. Because I mean that's 3 weeks out.
This back reminds me of Flex Wheeler's because Flex Wheeler didn't really have that really, really long hanging lat, but he had that really bubbly structure that was all put together like this. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. So what are our final thoughts, Ben?
I think Nick edges it.
Ian?
I think Nick edges it coming down to like that freaky, grainy, hard conditioning. Yeah.
I can't decide.
Especially considering it's New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's always favored the bigger, freakier looking guy.
Like me, I just won New York, right? I'm the biggest, freakiest guy.
Yeah.
Don't suck your own dick off.
Yeah, don't call yourself a legend on
I'm overrated. I'm over.
I think Jesus Christ.
Oh, what about
Ian, you're a rolling soundbite, man. Jesus Christ.
But like if that was at a different show, like one of Sandy's shows, it's tight. I think it's tighter.
I could agree with you there.
Because Blessing's far prettier.
Yeah. He's who has more potential?
I mean, it's hard not to say Blessing on that one.
Yeah, because if Blessing gets bigger, and I mean, you got to worry about him losing his lines. But if he doesn't lose his lines, he could be fucking dominant, man.
But I mean, Nick has also improved at a very linear, good rate, and I think if he keeps improved that way, he'll be very, very good.
Nick thinks he's going to win the Olympia in 2 years. What do you guys think?
Oh, 2. Jeez.
That's a big statement, but I mean,
it's a big statement. But he actually believes it. He really
bet against him is all I'll say. Like,
yeah,
his track record so far, he's doing everything he said.
I mean, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough.
Because the thing about winning the Olympia is not like who can be the biggest, right? Because even if Nick gains, let's say Nick gains 10 pounds of muscle, it's still going to come down to structure.
Mm-hmm. At that level, it does, yeah. Because then at that point, you're going to have guys that are big with good structure.
Yeah, like Rami's not Mr. Olympia because he's the biggest. It's
part
of the reason. It's part of the reason, but also his proportions, his symmetry, and his structure are amazing.
The structure is amazing, yeah, especially for a guy who does that.
Okay, let's get to some questions. Who's the most? Fuck, here we go with Ian.
Who's the most overrated bodybuilder? Kevin Levrone, followed by Kai Green, followed by Regan, followed by Iain Valliere.
No. Don't say Regan's name this episode.
Followed by Fouad.
Don't say. You can say me all day. It's fine. Who's the most incomplete Mr. Olympia winner?
Incomplete.
Oh,
geez.
Ben, why don't you answer first? Ben, you go first on this one.
Yeah, because now you can get shit on first.
Yeah, you can take some shit.
Sorry. I can really fuck some people off here. Do you want me to fuck some people off? Arnold.
I was gonna say Arnold.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's less complete than Arnold?
I'm not saying he's good. Okay, caveat. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not good. You asked who I think the most incomplete is. It's Arnold.
No one's going to listen to this podcast anymore. I got one guy saying Kevin Levrone is overrated. The other guy says Arnold is shit. I don't know.
Tell me I'm wrong. Why do I think about it?
100% right. Arnold is the only answer.
No.
Who?
Why is he incomplete? Nobody had legs back then. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but you're comparing him to only Olympia winners. We're not comparing him to who he competed against.
Yeah.
Who's the most incomplete?
What about is it Chris or was it Eric Dickerson? I was getting confused with the
Chris Dickerson.
Chris
Dickerson. Who about Chris Dickerson?
Picture. I can't even think of what he looks like.
I can't either. Okay, here we go. Images, share. Let's see.
Oh, he's way more complete.
Yeah. Arnold still. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. My following's going to go doo-doo-doo.
I don't know, man. Look, his biceps fucked up. I think he gets picked on a lot, though. Maybe I'll leave this one.
He said, who was the worst / least impressive Mr. Olympia of all time? And then it's a picture of Chris Dickerson. So you might have a case for Chris Dickerson here.
Okay, well,
I mean, I don't think he's as impressive as Arnold, but do I think he's more complete head to toe? Absolutely.
That's the problem. It's the wording of the question.
Yeah, that is more complete for sure.
Yeah, the wording.
Like Arnold's chest and arms were just
ridiculous.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you spell his last name.
I don't know.
It was up there. It came up already.
Did it?
Yeah. Type in, put an S.
There we go. Okay. Come on, man. Look at that. That's a complete. Why is it not complete?
Nah.
Because you're looking at one shot.
Okay, that's a suction shot. That's a third shot.
So
they're all the same shot. It's the same fucking pose.
It's the same, but it's his full physique. How's it not complete? I don't get it.
I'll give it to you. It's pretty close between the two of them. I mean, now that I look at Arnold, it's closer than I thought, but I still give Arnold being a little less complete.
I don't think so, man. Look, his quads match. Everything's like
his quads don't match, but they match better than I pictured in my mind.
His quads match there. Look.
They don't.
What is match? But like match to, you know what I mean? Like it's his upper body is like the size of mine with legs that are like the size of my mom's, you know?
I was wondering who you're going to use for the legs.
No, I mean, it's pretty close between the two, but we could say, yeah, I mean, Arnold or Dickerson are probably the...
The reason I said I didn't even think of Chris Dickerson when I was scanning through the past Olympians, right?
You forgot about him completely. That's how rude you are.
I mean, once you get any more recent than that, I mean, they're all getting significantly more complete, you know? So, like, look there. Like, that's not... That doesn't look super balanced, you know?
Hey, put a different head on that and then put it on your Rate My Physique podcast and tell me you're going, he's complete. Yeah, but tell me he's complete.
That looks awesome. I'll give you there. That shot looks crazy.
But look at when he's flexed. Like the other one, he was just standing there.
That shot looks great.
Like he's just standing here. He's not doing anything. But when he's flexing, look at that. Oh shit! I don't know what happened there. I gotta find it again now. Fuck it.
Seriously, fucking biceps, eh?
So hey, Ben, you go ahead and answer, and then I'll tell you you're wrong. Okay.
I'm just saying it.
So what's your answer? Who's your answer then?
I think Dickerson's mine.
Yeah, it's close between the two for sure.
I mean, who else is there? Frank Zane, but I guess he was pretty complete. He's just small.
Frank Zane was complete. He was just tiny.
Yeah. That's pretty.
He's way more balanced. He's got the same size legs as Arnold.
Okay, here, I'm gonna flip my script here now, and everyone's gonna hate me. Know who's absolutely the most overrated person of all time?
Oh God, here we go.
This guy right here.
Who?
Frank Zane.
Frank Zane.
Most overrated physique in history.
I actually might agree with that.
Thank you. Okay, good.
I mean, because I mean, but when you see him here, it looks really good. Like this is a really good shot.
Looks good for someone doing the Canadian national light heavyweights. I mean, let's be serious. Wait, do you think Brandon Medak would beat him?
Yes, but it's a different era. You're comparing a guy from now to like the 80s.
Yeah, what year is that? That's like the 80s or 70s, right?
Dude, you can't compare. You can't compare different eras.
70s.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
saying. I do still think, even just comparing in the same era, because this is the same era as Franco Columbu.
I mean, it's a nice physique to go to the beach and look good and do photo shoots for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of bodybuilding, I mean,
he's not a bodybuilder.
No, he's not.
No.
Why? How did he?
This would be small for a physique guy today.
How did he beat Franco?
I have no idea. Conditioning. I mean, I don't know. Like Franco gets pretty hard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how does he? Is there stage shots from?
But like someone like Hendrickson is bigger than this guy for sure.
Is there stage shots from the fucking show or no? I mean, this is the only one I got so far. Is there any? Okay, wait. What's this? No, that's Padilla.
That's Danny Padilla. Yeah.
That's Tom Platz. I don't know, man. Like when I look at Franco,
he's not out conditioning Colombo.
No,
when I look at Franco Colombo, I'm like, how did fucking Frank Zane beat Franco Colombo? Like, I don't.
It's mysteries.
That chest split's a joke.
How did he beat Mike Menser?
See, like in today's standard, that's like almost verge of like underwear model, you know?
Yeah, but I'm not trying to compare to now. I'm just trying to compare to then.
Yeah, but even then he was slight. You know?
I don't know who was in the lineup of that Olympia that he won.
He says he was natural though his whole career, right?
I mean, it's believable. He's only like 185 pounds or something like that. It's not out of this world to think.
Here, I'll say this too, and when I'm saying that he's overrated, and this is just digging me a deeper hole here. When I say he's overrated, I don't mean just from a muscularity standpoint. I even mean that when people talk about him having like the nicest shape or flow of all time, I think is preposterous as well.
Is this?
Well, I'm just being honest, man. Come on,
leaving that alone.
I mean, I don't think his physique is any prettier shape than tons of guys competing today.
Yeah, but you're still comparing to now versus then. But I also
shape is shape, man. Like that's not. That's why I said muscularity aside.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this physique is pretty amazing to me.
Padilla was good.
But yeah. Padilla, it's a nice physique, man.
Yeah.
That's Dickerson there.
He was like 5'1", wasn't he? Yeah.
There's Dickerson here. Okay, we're just gonna go through photos now. Anyway, okay. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is your answer.
Or Chris Dickerson. They're both good candidates.
I'm sticking to Arnold.
What's an exercise? What's an exercise you don't understand why people do it? What's an exercise he says?
I know.
What?
This where people hold the plate in one hand and do. You know?
Yeah, but did you not see?
They're trying to build their obliques.
Yeah,
but have you not seen Ronnie do? Seen Ronnie do the broom handle rotations?
I do those.
Some people, I think I could get on board with that. Yeah.
Hey man, I did broom handle twists. Listen, my first
for warm up. Yeah.
No. I'm telling you, from age
make your weight smaller for sure.
Listen, from age 20 to 24, and it actually worked because I remember my waist used to get really sliced on the sides. I don't know, but I used to do the broomstick twist at the end of my workouts for like 3-minute sets.
Yeah, I know some guys that have done this religiously, and it actually made a pretty big difference. But
I'll eat my words.
Ain't nobody looking better from doing those fucking side things. Like that's just stupid.
It's the one that gets me is the chest plate press bullshit.
Plate press, yeah.
If they're when they're laying down or standing up.
Either, yes.
Standing up even more so.
Yes. I don't mind laying down because laying down it's like a hex press.
Yeah.
No, laying down. I'm hoping that it slips and hits them in the face.
What if they're doing it with dumbbell? I do them with dumbbells though. Like when I do a hex press, does that count?
No, I'm talking about the 2 plates.
I know, but if somebody, no,
I have an issue with the plates.
Oh, the plate itself.
I'm like, please fucking slip.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people do the standing up version, like the horizontal one. I'm like,
what about the Smith press or with the post handle?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's stupid when people do rotation exercises, but they do standing with a dumbbell doing external rotation because you're holding a dumbbell. The tension's here. There's no tension here unless you're holding a cable or a band. This does nothing unless you have tension pulling against it. So if you hold a dumbbell or plate and go like this, you're doing literally nothing.
I think that's what they got that from. I used to do those, so I can't laugh.
I do them, but if you do them, do it on a cable, pull away from the cable.
No, I used to do it back in the day. For my chest, to warm up my chest, because I saw Branch Warren doing it. He would grab 2 plates and he would just do this with them.
That's stupid.
To warm up his shoulders.
Yeah, you're mobilizing your shoulder joint, but you're not loading the shoulder joint.
No.
Yeah. Now I do them like you said with the cable. Yeah. I pull it across my body.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like if you're gonna do it this way, if you're gonna do it that way, sure.
I do those too. Yeah.
You do that with a plate because there's gravity against you.
Yeah,
but that's
Yeah, that's what I do. I'll grab a 5-pound plate. Not anymore. Back in the day, I used to grab a 5-pound plate and I'd go like this and go like this and fucking didn't do the circles and warm up my shoulders. So I can't rip on that one. But the others, the plate one, the fucking oblique one going side to side, that one drives me fucking batshit.
Yeah.
What bodybuilder or bodybuilders do you think should have been pro but did? I think he means didn't.
Should have turned pro but didn't.
Yeah. Edgar Fletcher always comes to mind.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is? You guys are too young.
Yeah. Who else didn't turn pro?
Dennis Newman never turned pro, did he?
Colombo wasn't a pro.
Dennis.
I wasn't being funny. I'm saying he's not.
Dennis Newman. We'll leave that one alone. Dennis Newman.
Dennis Newman is undoubtedly the best of that group.
Yes. Yeah, Dennis Newman never turned pro, and he was.
He had health issues, right?
Yeah, this is Edgar Fletcher though, so I don't know if he's. I don't know if Dennis Newman's better. This is Edgar Fletcher. This is probably the most iconic shot of Edgar Fletcher. Yeah. Look at this fucking physique.
Yeah,
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
This physique never turned pro.
Yeah, I mean that would win pro shows now.
Yeah,
and Zayn won an Olympia.
Huh? Yeah, Zayn won Olympia.
Yeah.
This couldn't turn pro and Zayn won Olympia. Look at that.
Fuck.
Yeah. But that just goes to show it's the class you're competing against. Like he was.
Pull up Newman.
Look at this. Yeah. This is fucking insane.
It's definitely not amazing there, but
I wonder if that's why he didn't turn pro. Look at it, they got blessing.
Blessing.
Blessing here. Yeah, that's actually pretty close, man.
That is close. That's a good comparison.
That's actually that's a very, very good comparison.
Yeah, very similar physiques.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Edgar Fletcher always comes to mind. There's Dennis. Is that Dennis? No, that's Gary Stridham.
Yeah, Stridham. Pull up Newman.
Yeah, we'll pull up Newman.
Newman's such a beauty too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I think every guy wanted to look like Dennis Newman at some point. Yeah, this guy's like the model of models.
Yeah. There, click the middle one. Middle second row.
This one?
Yeah, there.
Yeah. I think bodybuilding, I don't know, this physique's fucking shot.
Good. He was good, man.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
You think he was better than Edgar Fletcher?
I mean, that most muscular to me looks better than Kevin Levrone.
I knew he was gonna fucking say it.
I'm kidding. I think Edgar Fletcher is a little better.
I think Edgar Fletcher's better too. I think he has more of the like all-American boy looks, and I think he's a little heavier muscled in some of these shots. Like I think he in person he probably was a bigger guy. But I think structurally and everything else, this shot blows me off.
That looks like an old Antoine photo, to be honest.
I was gonna say this looks like a Mike Francois photo.
Yeah, or that, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. This is obviously him in his early years. Okay, so we're going on too much. Okay, so yeah.
Or I guess, but he never competed. Would be that? What's his name?
Black guy.
Yeah, the huge fucking guy.
This always escapes my fucking. It's right there. I just can't fucking say it.
What's his name? Do you know Ben?
Victor Richards.
Victor Richards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't compete, so we can't really count him.
You know what? And somebody for sure is going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought his excuse for not competing was he didn't
want to take the love out of bodybuilding, didn't he?
No, I thought it was because he thought it was bullshit and the judging was off.
Oh, maybe.
If that is the reason, I think that sucks because that's kind of a cop out to me.
Yeah.
Because I think you got to play the game. You take the good with the bad. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes the politics go your way. If there is politics, sometimes they don't.
And I mean, let's be serious. Cream always rises to the top, and like, no matter how much politics there are, if you're that fucking good, you always prevail. You know what the best example of that is, and I don't think anybody will ever say this, but I think the best example of that is Dexter Jackson. Yeah.
When I started following bodybuilding, it was when Dexter Jackson was just kind of getting good. It was before he was getting good, actually. It was just when he started kind of placing. But he always took second. He took second, third, seventh at the Olympia, eighth at the Olympia. He was always kind of in that bracket, but he just kept on it. And fans all of a sudden were like, why is this guy not winning? Like all of a sudden, all the fans were on his side.
Yeah.
Like the guy's shredded at every show. How come he never wins? Blah, blah. And then he just went on a fucking tear and they started letting him win everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like you said, the cream rises to the top. Eventually you're going to get there.
Yeah.
So the whole excuse of like, oh, bodybuilding's crooked, bodybuilding's fucking I think that's such a bullshit cop-out. Yeah. This one I thought was a good one because I have a superstition about this. When loading steel plates, do you face the numbers inwards or outwards?
Inwards.
I don't care. Luke used to go fucking nuts at me.
Always got to be inwards.
I'd flip them around and put different plates on each end, and he'd go fucking crazy.
Oh, because that's how you naturally grab them. You put them in that way, you pull them off that way. Numbers always go facing in.
I didn't even think about how you grab them. I always just like the numbers facing in.
Yeah, I've never do it the other way.
And if there's any reason they're facing out, the other side has to be facing out too. If you do them differently, I freak the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to flip it. I'd see what Luke was loading, and I'd flip it, and he'd go, fuck off. And he'd have to come around and.
Well, it's like the gym I'm training in right now. He's got a set of all like red 45-pound plates, and then he has a couple just black like Northern Lights 45-pound plates.
Yeah.
I was loading up, doing squats on the Smith machine, and I put on 5 plates on the side, and then Melissa was loading the other side, and she put 4 and then 1 black plate. And I'm like,
you can't do that.
Take that fucking shit off. Put a red plate on there, or give me the other black plate so I can even this out.
Right. That's right. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not. Yeah.
No way. Are you crazy?
You got to have the same plates. Ben,
she would never think of stuff like that. She doesn't.
Ben, at least admit that you got to have the same plates. You can't have different plates.
If I've got the access to them, then yes, but I don't freak out if they're not.
Really? Because I don't know.
I would walk the entire gym to get matching plates.
Yeah, same here. Don't you think?
Yeah.
This is probably my own fucked up head, but don't you think plates weigh different? Like they feel different?
Of course they do.
Yeah, but just get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
I try not to. If I start thinking too much, then everything goes. I'm like, fuck it.
Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think too much.
If you could sit down for dinner with 3 people from any time period, who would it be and why?
Not The Rock. Not The Rock. The Rock is not allowed.
I was just going to say The Rock.
Yeah, Fouad's answer is not allowed the fucking Rock in it.
But The Rock is such a good answer.
Okay, you can have it. Fouad is not allowed the fucking Rock in his
Why?
answer.
He's like he loves The Rock more than I do.
Everybody loves The fucking Rock.
Let's say The Rock is excluded from this one.
No, okay, if everyone picks The Rock, now we got to pick 2 more.
Okay. Rock is a default for all answers.
Yeah, Rock is default. The Rock and who else? That's the question.
Okay, if we're picking 3 and The Rock is not one, I'm going to say number 1 for me is Mike Tyson.
That would be interesting. I could get on board with that, yeah.
I'd love to sit and have dinner with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Because dinner also includes drinks. Who knows what the fuck he's going to say and do.
Yeah.
So that would be fucking
drugs with Mike Tyson.
I find Mike Tyson to honestly be the most fascinating fucking person ever. Yeah. Like, I can watch his fucking podcast all day long. He just, the way he talks about shit. Can you think of anybody in our fucking time that has been through more shit and experienced more shit in their life? He's probably grown up with the worst, childhood. He's been a multi-millionaire.
He's been broke.
He's been broke. He's been divorced. He's been in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy. Can you think of anybody who has been the high? He's met everybody in the world, from presidents to fucking.
Yeah.
You can't beat that conversation. Imagine how much shit you talk about at dinner.
The story is incredible.
Yeah.
I want to add Dennis Rodman to the mix with that. I want Mike and Dennis Rodman.
That would be a fucking crazy dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going. So Ben's going Mike, Dennis Rodman. Who's the third? You got a third?
The Rock.
Okay, we'll have 4 then. Have 4. The Rock and then 3 others. Fuck it.
I don't know. I would like to have dinner with some kind of super high up like world leader and like just know like the fucking intricacies of the universe, Is
there one that you have in mind, like Bill Gates or something, or like?
Yeah, or like a president or someone. I don't know.
I got my third.
Who?
Elon
Musk.
Elon, Mike.
I think after 10 minutes, though, he might annoy me, so I would have to limit my time with him.
I'd like to sit with Mike Tyson, Genghis Khan.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
And you're not scared they're going to try and kill each other? It's definitely going to happen.
It'd be a good dinner. It'd be fun.
That'd be a good dinner then, yeah. I was there when Mike Tyson beat up Genghis Khan. How many people can say that?
Mike Tyson, Genghis Khan, and probably some celebrity. Or like a fucking rock star of some sort. Like somebody, like a fucking Mick Jagger or something.
Yeah, like some crazy rock star that's like lived a crazy life.
That's why I went Dennis Rodman, because he was that.
Yeah, he's kind of been in that.
Oh, you know what?
And he went over to fucking South Korea and partied with the
You know what? I think my third would be Michael Jordan.
Really?
I know it sounds boring to everybody, but I'm also crazy inspired and fascinated by Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think it would be exactly what I expected.
So I have like the Mike Tyson is like crazy stories. Genghis Khan is like I killed everybody and ruled the world. And Michael Jordan is like I mastered shit to like a level nobody else has ever been.
Yeah. Michael Jordan sitting there going, "Don't do anything either of these two did. Don't do what they did."
Yeah, I think those three people, right?
Yeah, that's a good trio.
Huh. Ian, are you just gonna double mine, or is there somebody else?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean I'm kind of on the same board. Like you want Mike Tyson's a good one for sure. I don't know. Someone like Genghis Khan or some kind of world leader or someone that's done something like crazy like that,
I don't want a world leader. I want a conqueror. Like Genghis Khan is like.
Yeah, like someone like fucking.
I don't want to sit with some fucking boring ass president. I want to sit with.
That's why I was hesitant to say it president because I'm like, that'd be kind of fucking boring.
Because it says you could sit with anybody from any time period.
Yeah.
So like, imagine like somebody who ruled like
Alexander the Great, but he was like a big homo.
Yeah, or like you could sit with like Marcus Aurelius and just fucking learn shit from him for like an hour.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, but none of it's relevant.
Yeah, it is totally relevant. What do you think? What do you think Stoicism's based on?
No, none of it's relevant today.
All the books on Stoicism are based on Marcus Aurelius's writing. Okay. Anyways, okay, moving on. When dieting, should you keep your carbs in your intra post-workout shake as long as possible, or are they something to take from first before other meals?
They're
not first.
Yeah, not first. No.
I think what is he saying?
Your training hour and a half is the priority all the way through your diet. Your performance in the gym.
Oh, yeah. So he's saying like, should I take them out before my foods?
Yeah, like if you have food.
No. Yeah.
Peri-workout carbs.
You know what I've been doing lately, actually? I got to tell you guys. So for a long time when I first started working with John, I was doing pre and intra carbs at a high level. And then I kind of reduced them. I think that's also why my pumps have been better. I've been putting like 25 to 50 grams of carbs in my pre-workout.
In your pre, yeah.
Yeah. It's like my workouts have been way better.
Yeah.
Is it something you guys do or no?
Pre-piece I've done. Yeah. I need to really like be careful. Like doing intra. Too much intra carbs just fucks my stomach.
I only do 25 intra. It's in my.
That's what I'll do. Like 25 to 30 at most.
Our intra R3 is 20 grams of carbs. Actually, it's all I do. But the pre is what's made the difference.
Yeah.
Because I take that the branch cyclic dextrin with my pre-workout shake, and I'm like, I don't know if that's why my pumps have been nuts.
Anything over 50 and I'm like slowing down, everything's just grinding.
Yeah.
I think back to like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to put like 100 grams of carbs in intra workout.
I did that too. I did
like fucking 3 scoops of Vitargo at like 35 grams of carbs each, Like
I did that too.
And then I'd never be able to eat.
Vitargo's fucking gross too. It's like no offense to
blue like balls,
Yeah.
No offense to the guys that make Vitargo, but honestly, after like for some reason I would take it and I'd feel really good, and then after like a week or two, it would start giving me gut rot.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking drink it anymore. No. Top 5 favorite candy bars.
Lion Bar.
Lion Bar?
A Lion Bar. I've said this before on the podcast.
That's a UK thing. British. Yeah.
Lion Bar's my number 1.
I love Score bars. That's like one of my favorites.
I'm gonna go with a boring ass Kit Kat. I love a Kit Kat.
Fuck that.
Oh, and I love a coffee crisp.
Coffee crisp I can get on board with for sure. Yeah.
And I like a Hershey's cookie and cream. You know the big rectangle one.
Those are.
I think all the Hershey's chocolate tastes like shit to me.
It just tastes like sugar.
I like Score. I like Coffee Crisp. I used to love that one that was crunchy. Is that what it used to be called? Crunchy? Is that still around?
No. Big Crunch?
Red and blue.
I don't know.
Crunchy.
Say it again. I think it's crunchy.
I'm a Mars bar guy, but you gotta let me deep fry it.
This one. Yeah.
Did you say crunch?
Crunchy. Yeah, it's British. We have those in England.
Crunchy. Yeah.
It's Cadbury's. It's Cadbury's. Anything Cadbury's is British.
Yeah, I love those.
You guys have Hershey's. Yeah.
So you deep fry your Mars bars? Is that what you said?
Oh my god, deep fried Mars bars are the fucking best thing in the world.
Do you do it at home?
I've done them when I was at uni. I used to get a big thing of like boiling vegetable oil,
Yeah.
and then make my own batter and just drop them in. Yeah, fucking. Oh,
What do you dip your Mars bar in before you fry it, or you just drop it in?
No batter. And then you get batter. You batter like
I know, but what was the batter?
Just batter, like you would get for.
Look up on like when you deep fry fish, it's the same batter.
Same batter.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck! It's good, man. It's unreal. Like that shit will like.
Fouad knows
I'll make myself fucking sick eating those things.
His wife's gonna come home and he's gonna have fucking 15 liters of vegetable oil and
it's gonna be oil splashed all over the kitchen.
It's gonna be like you ever seen that in Dodgeball, White Goodman at the end where he's just sat there and he's like eating ice cream. Yeah. I'm gonna be like that with deep fried Mars bars.
Yeah. No, man, I've been good on my diet. I haven't eaten anything in a while. I'm actually starting to.
Hang on, good or Fouad good?
No, good. I'm trying to think of what was the last thing I had. So Saturday night is my cheat. Last Saturday I had a low calorie ice cream. I had it's like the same size as like a Ben and Jerry's, but it's like low calories, like 300. It's like 300 calories.
Like Halo Top kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it was something like that, and I smashed that. That was my entire. I didn't even eat like a cheat meal. I just had that after like my normal meal.
I'm at the point where my food is so high on a training day, I can't think about eating any other shit.
Well, I think that's why I'm not eating a lot of crap right now, because I got a lot of food. I just something happened after like New Year's. I just got refocused, and I'm like, I think it's because I want to beat Iain in Toronto. No, I'm not going to compete, but it's nice to think about. Okay. Oh, this one's kind of stupid, but I'll read it anyway.
The others are stupid. Okay.
Well, okay, they're all stupid. Eat burger and pizza. Fouad, charcuterie board. Iain, cakes. Ben, are you a cake guy?
I'm a pastry guy. Yeah.
Okay, so pastries, Ben, for life, but look like you don't even lift, or eat chicken, rice, and broccoli for life, looking like a beast. No cheat days.
I mean, that's you literally just saying my life. I just eat chicken, rice, and broccoli.
I think people get the wrong impression of like when we're joking around about food, like 85% of my fucking diet is chicken and rice.
Yeah.
So it's not like
I can't eat chicken anymore.
Why?
I got rid of chicken.
Why?
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I go through periods like that too.
Like that for sure.
I'm on tilapia, rice, broccoli, and olive oil. I used to 3 of my meals.
I used to always just find different ways to cook it. That's how I'd get through that. Like you know what I did? You know what I did?
I actually enjoy white fish though. I sit in like that meal I ate when
white fish in the off season, especially like when I'm trying to like pack in a lot of food, is the fucking best thing.
If I can eat, I hate white fish, man. I have to be really, really hungry to eat it, so I can't do it. So I would find ways to cook my chicken that made it taste better. Like I remember back in the day, I was eating so many calories. I used to grind my chicken. I literally bought no, because I didn't
ground chicken then.
No, because I don't trust the ground. If you get ground chicken from the grocery store, it's not.
Like, yeah,
it's shit.
Meat and
yeah. So I used to buy like a value pack of chicken. There's a YouTube video on my channel.
Put it through a grinder, yeah.
And I bought a fucking grinder, and I would just drop the fucking thing and hit the button, and I just made my own ground chicken breast.
What is that?
Is that what?
Is that grinder in the kitchen cupboard with all the other things you buy?
Yes. I used it
one season, and then it's in storage.
I only used it for one off season. I was like, that's good. Fuck it. But it got me through the phase, because I'm saying like I go through phases where I can't eat chicken, so I'd have to do things for like a month or two to get like.
But if my digestion, I'm pretty much just eating white fish or egg whites now. And I have one salmon meal. If I switch out the salmon meal and have white fish instead with oil, my digestion is so much better. I go to bed feeling hungry still.
I would, trust me, if I liked white fish, I would rather eat white fish all year round. It's better for my gut, better to keep my waist smaller, better like for so many reasons. But I cut egg whites right out. I don't eat egg whites anymore. None. I talked to too many people who are like, from this fucking podcast, I talked to too many like scientists, coaches, whatever, that are like, it's bad for digestion. And actually, since I cut it out, I feel better. I just switched I used to do eggs and egg whites for breakfast, and I just switched the egg whites out for chicken. So I'll do like 2 eggs and like 4 ounces of chicken for breakfast.
I've done that a lot.
Yeah. I find it just digests better. I don't get as bloated and shit. It's your last bodybuilding show. Pick your dream lineup through the years to be on stage with. I got
to be on stage with them. If I pick all these good guys, I'm just gonna get fucking smoked. Then
that's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna pick the shittiest guys and win the goddamn show. What do you mean? I don't want to pick anyone good.
So Kevin Levrone.
Yeah, Kevin Levrone, Regan, Chris Dickerson, and Arnold, and me. That's it.
Ian wins.
I would. The only person I really want to compete, I'd like to compete with, not because I could beat them, but just for fun. Branch, Jay, Evan.
I was going to say Evan is one I'd like to compete with. That's like up on my list.
Yeah.
Dennis,
Cedric,
Evan are both.
Cedric's
good fun on stage.
Yeah. I think I would have fun with those 4. Yeah.
I'd like to compete with Craig Titus.
Oh. So you can get in a fight on stage.
I feel like that'd be fun. Me, Craig Titus, and King Kamali all compete together.
I remember going to a bar in Toronto one year after the Toronto Pro, I think, and Craig Titus was there, and we had met previously. So but I didn't really know him. He just knew my name, and I still wasn't pro. So I'm like, oh, that's Craig Titus. You know, you kind of feel like a little bit starstruck.
Was he big?
Yeah, him and Kamali. It was in the era where him and Kamali were like bickering a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's there and he's like, oh, he's fucked up. I don't know how drunk or high or both. I don't know, whatever. And he's like, hey, he's like, watch my back. He's like, I think I'm going to get in a fight. And I'm like, you're fucking Craig Titus. What are you talking about? It just seems so strange to me. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like this big, huge fucking bodybuilder guy that's like, has all this status. Huh? Nothing ever ended happening. I was blown away that like, it seems so strange to me now because it would be like me being at a bar with like an amateur that like I barely knew, being like, hey, watch my back, I'm gonna go fight. It just seems so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a Craig Titus thing to do.
Yeah.
But anyway. If you could only take 3 supplements for the rest of your life, what would they be and why?
If you say Anadrol, I'm out.
That was gonna be the first one. Anadrol, GH, fucking testosterone. That's it.
There you go.
Okay, then go Ian's answer, which is the real answer.
Fish oils. Definitely number
I
one.
knew you were going to say fish oil. He's like, the first one's going to be fish oil. Is that really your top 3? Like fish oil is number 1?
What else would you replace with fish oil? If you have to do universal number 1 supplement.
Protein powder.
D3 is my next best after fish oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all very different. I'm purely a meathead, so I'm going protein powder.
No, I was thinking only health supplements. I wasn't thinking performance supplements.
No, at least
I also wouldn't be fucking whey because I can eat my food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to. I like having whey.
Yeah, whey.
I want to have that at my disposal.
I mean, I could get away without any performance supplements, but yeah, I mean,
dude, I'm trying to think of the stuff I take every single day. I use a whey every day. I use a pre-workout every day. And I think I would probably go with like, if you include like one of those full multivitamin, multi-mineral powders, I would probably use one of those. That would be my 3 that I need every day.
That's a Luke answer. The multivitamin, the multi-spectrum with everything in it.
No, like I'm talking. No. I'm talking like Jeff Long has like a multivitamin, multi-mineral powder that's pretty good. Dorian's got one for HD, something like that. That's like a fully dosed, proper vitamin mineral product. That way, it's one supplement, covers all my bases. That I have to have my pre-workout, and I have to have my protein powder. You guys can take your.
I could drink coffee and eat food, so I'm not too.
Yeah, I can just eat salmon if I need the fish oil.
I'm not big on pre-workouts unless I'm in a contest.
DHA content. You would need to eat like fucking 30 pounds of salmon a day to get any kind of relevant. And that's also a fish that feeds off fish. Good fish oil should be small fish that feeds.
I got through like 75% of my career without taking fish oil, so I think I'm all right.
Yeah, but now look at your fucking joints. You're falling apart like a goddamn disaster. Your fucking fish oil, you'd be in good health now.
I'm almost positive that if I had taken 10 grams of fish oil every day, my joints would still be fucked up.
You'd be perfect.
It's such a old school mentality. When my dad says this, he's like, "Well, I wouldn't have made it this old if I didn't know what I was doing. How am I still alive?" And I'm like, that doesn't mean you were doing it right. It just means you got away with it.
Okay, well, all I'm telling you is I feel like I had a pretty successful career, and
you think with your career you would have been more successful or healthier at the end of it by replacing that fish oil with pre-workout?
I'm saying I don't care.
You don't care? Answer.
I don't care. I'm being
You're being stubborn. What you're being.
No, I'm not being stubborn. I'm saying you're right. It would have been healthier for me to be taking fish oil for 20 years. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I accomplished all of my goals and I'm purely happy with what I've done in bodybuilding, and I did it without fish oil.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that taking fish oil is going to make you a better bodybuilder. I'm just saying that's going to, for overall health and longevity and like overall for everyone, it's a supplement that everyone will get benefits from.
Yeah, but then I got to get rid of my protein, my pre-workout, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If you're asking me if I'd rather have pre-workout or fish oil, I'm taking pre-workout every day.
You take it every workout, pre-workout.
I take every workout. I either take Bloodshot or I take Hostility.
I mean, like, look, if you're asking me which one I'd rather have, obviously I
okay, fine. Let's rephrase the question. If I said to you today, Ian,
I thought the question was, what are the three most important?
No, we're changing the question now because I want to know how devoted you are to fish oil. If I said Ian,
not that fucking devoted. If we're changing the fucking wording to what do I want versus what do I think is most important, I mean, obviously that's
this is but this is the thing. This is the thing.
But we're talking about want versus need.
This is what I'm saying. When you get to the root of what people actually do, it's like the old saying, do what I say, not as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. And I'm like, wait a minute. When you're answering a question, answer it how you would use it yourself, not what you think is the right answer.
I take 100 health supplements every single day.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I know that, but if we narrowed the question down even to more specifically saying, Ian,
then I would narrow it down to 3 health supplements I think were the most important.
No, I'm narrowing it down even further. I'm saying you can have pre-workout for the rest of your bodybuilding career, or you can have fish oil for the rest of your bodybuilding career. Which one are you going to take?
Pre-workout.
Okay, that's the answer. That's what I'm saying.
Right? Melissa just walked in, so I was seeing what she thought.
Ben, what do you think?
I don't really use a pre-workout unless I'm in a contest, so...
Oh, okay. So you would take fish oil?
Fish oil, yeah.
Okay.
I don't drink a lot of coffee. Like, I'm not a coffee or stimulant guy, really, so I don't...
Yeah, you don't care, yeah.
Doesn't work.
Okay. I that's interesting. See, I'm happy we did that because it's always interesting to me to hear what people think is the right answer and what people think is their answer.
But you're making questions. They're both still the right answer and my answer. But you're switching the question. I think that if it's the 3 most important, then I don't think pre-workout is important. If you're saying, what do I want and what do I think I'll feel the best with? Well, then, yeah, obviously I don't feel anything from taking.
Yeah, but to me, that's the same thing because now you're saying what's important. And if it's important to you, it's important. If you're saying what is
clearly more important to me than pre-workout.
But you chose pre-workout over fish oil.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think it's the wording of it is like it makes it tricky.
All I'm trying to point out.
One thing, you wouldn't bring pre-workout, you would bring your health supplements.
Well, but that's Melissa answering for you. That's not what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're making him overthink and not answer.
Yeah, but that's my job.
His first answer was fish oil.
My first answer was fish oil.
Yeah, but until he was given the
option is you change the narrative.
Yeah, I know I did. I
still think fish oil is more important for me and for everyone than taking pre-workout. But if it's like, who cares? Let's just do what we feel best with. Then yeah, I'm taking the pre-workout.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. This is my point, and this is why I'm going here. There's a lot of people online, and you're not one of them, Ian. There's a lot of people online that will espouse all these like, I'm so perfect. I never eat bad food. This is what you should take. And then I see them in real life, and they're full of shit. Yeah. And they're at the bar drinking and getting a fucking hot dog after.
Yeah.
I'm like, just fucking be honest, man.
Just be honest. Yeah,
for sure. Honest, right? So when you say like, what are my top 3 supplements? I'm just being honest. In my career, I didn't really take that much fish oil until later on in my career.
No. I understand. I understand the avenue you're coming at it from, and I took the question as, what was your top 3 supplements? What would you recommend to someone? You know?
Yeah. If I was going to recommend, I would be on the same page as you guys. You need, but
I understand that.
But let me ask you this then. You know those full spectrum multivitamin, multi-mineral powders we're talking about? Mm-hmm. Are those more important than the fish oil?
I don't think so.
Ben?
Some of them have them in it. I don't think it's good quality, but you can't really...
I don't think you can match the quality of the liquid.
I would always go fish oil and D3 is my, like, if you were gonna.
I take like astronomical doses of fish oil.
How much fish oil do you take a day, Ian?
I take 15 grams, but of EPA DHA content, not fish oil content.
That's what I take. I take the. Which one do you take? I take the. What's it called? Nutricy.
Yeah, but ANS makes one, so I have one.
Oh, okay. So 15 grams.
I don't mean 15 grams like a tablespoon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking 15 grams of EPA DHA content. Yeah.
So what is that? So what does that equal? What? Yeah. So what would that equal in like a regular? So I got to go find out exactly how much EPA DHA is in my Nutricy to figure that out.
Yeah, you'll probably have like a gram per 5 mils.
Do you think that's
So a tablespoon? You might have 3 grams of EPA DHA, so it would be taking like 5 tablespoons a day. Yeah.
How long have you been doing that for?
That I took usually about 10 grams for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then I upped it to 15.
Do you think that's why? Do you think that has a lot of correlation with your strength and how healthy you are, like joint healthy?
Maybe. I mean, I'm not like overly joint healthy. I mean, I got the same knees and elbows, like, for everyone that lifts heavy like me. I mean, I think I take it more for like neurogenic properties than anything, and like heart health and stuff like that.
Really?
But do I think that it has a positive impact on my joint and tendon ligament health? For sure. I mean, I'm sure it's had some kind of positive effect taking that much. I can't imagine it wouldn't.
I feel like my joints got better when I started taking it like on a proper,
sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I don't take it for like a few weeks, I notice the difference.
Ben, what do you think about that? How much do you take a day?
About 4 grams total.
4 grams of EP
content.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
I'm up it now, but
yeah.
I think when I felt my healthiest when I didn't fucking lift. That's when my joints felt the best.
Yeah. Okay, so then your top 3 would be. What did you say your top 3 would be? Fish oil, pre-workout, and what, Ian? You said you don't need protein powder.
If it's like, I don't know what avenue to come at this from, because am I talking like for health or performance or just general?
Come at it from if somebody said to you yourself, not giving anybody advice. I come to you and I say, Ian, you can choose,
only pick 3 supplements.
You pick 3 for the rest of your career. What do you want?
You stressed him out, man. You stressed him.
I don't know why this is so stressful. I'm like,
look how stressed he is.
3,000 supplements a day. That's a lot. You're asking me to fucking narrow this down so much. I mean, fish oil. Like, I don't even know.
I don't know. I find this very simple. Ben, what do you think? While he's thinking, what do you think, Ben?
Am I allowed to say multivitamin in there as a cheat?
No, you're allowed to have 3.
Yeah, multivitamin is 1.
You can have multivitamin as 1. Yeah.
Okay, so fish oil, high dose of D3, and the multi.
Really? You don't take any sports supplements? Like any sports nutrition type supplements?
Such as what?
I mean,
like
the rest
pre-workout or Intra or protein powder or any of that?
The rest of my body years without protein, for sure.
I use a lot of Intra stuff, but if you're whittling it down, I can just eat a larger meal before I train.
Yeah.
Okay. And post-workout.
The things I can't replace with diet,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't use a pre unless I'm like I use a pre-workout when I'm like 8 weeks out and dying and I need that pickup.
Okay, so Ben's all health supplements. Ian, what are your 3?
Yeah, I'll probably just go like a multi, a fish oil, and a whey isolate. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go a pre-workout, and I could probably get away without a whey. I mean, I have a lot of the times, but I kind of like having it. So just out of convenience, I'm probably going to go away.
Yeah, I threw it in there just thinking of like having a 10-year, 15-year career.
Yeah.
And how many times I've utilized whey, like having protes or like, shake or whatever.
Yeah.
When I take that out, I'm like, that would be a lot more work,
Yeah. I agree. All right. Would you rather every time you took out your junk, it made the lightsaber noise?
That's
or
yes. I don't even need to hear the next one.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to beat.
Or every time you shit fart, it makes the noise to the Grange Hill soundtrack. I don't even know what that is.
It's a British teen.
That's why.
Kind of high like a high school series.
Yeah.
Imagine a lightsaber noise.
Lightsaber every time.
Imagine the first time you were with a chick though, and it was like,
amazing.
Sure. What would you think if a guy whipped his dick out and it made the lightsaber sound? Would you be confused or a little
or impressed? Would you be impressed?
She says all three.
That's the right answer.
She says it's a bit intriguing.
You'd be like, "Oh, what special shit is this?" If it's fucking making thoughts on Mike Mentzer's approach to bodybuilding?
What, like the high intensity training?
Yeah, I guess Dorian Yates, Mike Mentzer, that style. I think people need to clarify Dorian Yates' training. They think it's like he just did one set and and that was it. And I'm like, no, there's a bunch of fucking feeder sets before that. Like, didn't he still do kind of what we're doing? Like, didn't he still do like?
No, because hang on, I don't do what you're doing.
No, but I know you're not doing what I'm doing now, but like in the prime of my career, I was doing feeders, and then one at the end of your exercise, like the last set was your hardest all-out failure set.
Right, but my feeders, I think your version of a feeder is way more than mine.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Forget.
I'm doing the Dorian, which is like you just touch a weight to feel it, then add some more, touch a weight and feel it, move on.
3-4 reps, feel it, move up. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll switch it. Is Dorian's training just pretty much what JP's doing?
Yeah, it's touch, move on, load up the fucking bar, go till you can't do another fucking rep in that set, then change the exercise.
Okay, so Ben, you're complicating what I'm trying to say. My point that I'm trying to make is he did sets before the failure set, whereas people think he just walked in and did one set on an exercise.
Those aren't sets to people like in their perspective, you know.
No. I know. I'm saying he had some type of warm up phase or feeder or whatever you want to call it before his failure set.
Who thinks he doesn't warm the fuck up?
I get those messages all the time, man.
People think that they come in, just do like pick up the heaviest weight right off the bat. And go,
People think when Dorian Yates says he did one set per exercise, people take it literally, like he did one set per exercise.
Well, I only do 6 sets per workout, right?
Yeah, but you're not including warm up and feeder.
Right, but no, I'm trying to explain to people. So
yeah.
I'll only do 6 working sets.
Yeah.
And all of my warm-up sets are so insignificant, they're just to count. Like they don't count for shit. They're not a working set.
Yeah, they're just sub-maximal sets to prime the muscle for that set.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we all, like Ian, myself, James, JP, my mentor. I think Fouad, you said you take your warm-up sets a little.
I do take them a little further. I do.
That's why I'm not including you in this because you would do like I know Roman Fritz does a fuckload like. His warm-up sets, he's doing a squat, he'll put a plate on, do a 10, 2 plates 10, 3 plates 10.
I'm more of a Jay Cutler style training.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what I did most of my career.
Right. So I'm saying that like JP, James, Ian, etc. I'm going to speak on Ian's behalf here, but it's literally like very, very low volume. And that means 5, 6, 7, maybe hard sets. Yeah. All the others don't count, but the warm-ups aren't like a set of 8 to 10, then go again. They're very minimal reps.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to clarify that for people that message me and they're like, "What do you think about doing Dorian style training and just doing one set per exercise? You know, you could be out of there in 3 or 4 sets." And I'm like, no. I'm like, there's a bunch of sets that lead up to that set.
Let me put it this way. So I've trained with Hunter a bit, right? I think Hunter's probably the lowest volume guy I've ever trained with.
Yeah.
We train for an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours.
Yeah. What's he doing? Just a lot of feeders?
Yeah, we'll just get things firing up. And I mean, last week we did hamstrings. It was a 2-hour session. We did 5 working sets the whole time.
Tell me why it's 2 hours. How many feeders? Let's say pick an exercise. Like you did hamstrings. So lying leg curls. How many feeders is he doing?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 3, 4.
Is he just taking like 5-minute rest between sets?
Yeah. And then when it's go time, the set might be 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long.
Yeah. See, I can't do that. If I take a 5-minute rest, I start to lose focus.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Like I gotta go. I'm fast. Like
I could take a long break. I could take a 5-minute break between like if I was doing say a heavy set of squats and then doing a back set, then I could do 5 minutes for sure. Easy, probably more, but
that's only on leg day, and it's only if I'm going really heavy on like a squat or something like that. But like for the most part, man, my fucking rest periods are like a minute max.
Oh no, but my loading's heavy on all my movements.
Yeah.
So I'm treating them like I'm treating them like a squat.
Yeah, we have
exercise.
You like push the pace and like sweat hard though, Fouad? Yeah.
I like to. For me, the intensity and pump. And
that to me
and volume is more important than the strength.
Okay, this is where the confusion comes in because your definition of intensity is not what intensity is.
Yes, it is. It's just a different intensity.
Okay.
It's not, listen, all intensity is not the same. Your intensity is focused on strength.
You're talking about density. You're not talking about intensity.
Okay, explain yourself, and then we'll see if
power lifters are at the extreme end of intensity, right? 1 rep maxes. CrossFitters are at the extreme end of density. Workouts very condensed and a lot of work sets within short rest periods.
Maximal work in short period of time.
When I say intensity, the intensity of a set to me is failure. For example, you have to be.
That's not the definition of intensity, though.
Why?
Intensity refers to presents kind of more towards the 1 rep max, a version of your 1 rep max. So the closer you are to your 1 rep max, the more intense that lift is.
Are you talking in a physiological term?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing my
the most intense thing you can possibly do is a 1 rep max.
Really? I've never ever considered that. So if I'm doing 8 reps to all out failure, like gun to your head, can't do another fucking.
That's less intense than doing 1 rep max to failure. Powerlifters in competition are doing the most intense thing you can do.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess my shit's not intense at all then.
I was using it as an example. When people call Dorian Yates high intensity training because they're thinking your definition, which is frantic, like short rest periods, get a sweat on. That's not intensity.
But he's still saying he's bringing sets to absolute failure.
No, I know. What I mean is,
and it's not frantic. Like that's like
no. Okay,
it's a really silly way to describe something.
No, I'm saying people's confusing Dorian's and Mike Mentz's HIIT training for short rest periods, in and out in 45 minutes. Like,
see, I think
they're missing the point. They're missing the point of what the word intensity means.
But I think you're talking about the intensity physiologically of how the intensity of the muscle, whereas I'm talking about the intensity of your focus. Like, does that even make sense?
I'm just coming from a pure black and white scientific point of view. Intensity is percentage of 1 rep max.
Yeah, but is there a different way to use it in context?
Density would be.
When I think density, I think volume.
Yes, it's relate to time.
Yeah, I don't think density describes what I'm talking about. When I if somebody goes into the gym and does a set of 8 when they have 16 in them, is not training intensely. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah. So somebody goes into the gym and trains for a set of 2, 6, 4, 8, whatever fucking rep range, but they take it to ultimate failure. Those people are all the same intensity level in my head.
Okay, that's not how I. And that's not
Does that make sense, Ian, to you?
It makes sense. I understand.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm.
You're both saying you just have a completely different outlook on what intensity.
No, I think Ben's right in the textbook definition, but I think
that's why I was saying. I'm not saying you're wrong or right, if that's the word you want to associate with it, and that's the word I associate. I'm just saying there are differences, and people need to understand. Some people might say intensity and they mean one thing, and other people might say intensity means another. I guess
what I'm trying to figure out is what I'm saying wrong, or is there another way to use the word in different context? Because I don't want to say it if it's wrong, but I just never assumed it. Like when I think of Dexter Jackson's training, I still think he trains intense. I just don't think he trains heavy.
I'm from a strength and conditioning background, so I'm very married to that. Intensity is a percentage of the 1 rep max, and that's, to me, that's important. So then I would find a different word to explain what you're doing.
Do we need Google for this?
I don't know. Do we? Is it that important? All my point was it
is important. I don't want to sound fucking stupid.
No. My point, going back to when you asked about Mike Mentzer and Dorian Yates and people getting confused by it, and I'm like, well, actually, this works to prove the point.
This is right. This is the first meaning, Ben's meaning. The quality or state of being intense, especially extreme degree of strength, force, energy, or feeling. But feelings in there also, which is weird. And the second meaning is the magnitude or of a quantity, such as force or energy per unit, which is more what you're saying, Ben.
Yeah.
And then third is saturation sense, which I don't even know what the fuck that means. But here's another one. In physics, intensity of radiant energy is the power transferred per unit area, where area is measured on the plane of perpendicular. This is what you're talking about, Ben. I think the second meaning is what you're talking about. The first meaning is what I'm talking about, I think. Or more what I'm talking about.
No, the first one still applies to me. Strength and force production. Strength and force production.
But this last
the most intense thing you can do is a 1 rep max.
Maximal force production.
Yeah, but the last part of this says or feeling. That changes everything.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Because it says or feeling.
Okay, so hang on.
That means extreme degree of strength, force, energy, or feeling.
So you're changing. So the or, which is the final last point, you're saying changes. So the other 3 points prove fit in with me. 1 out of the 4 suit you, you're picking that.
I'm just saying it's part of the definition. I didn't make it up.
I'm just saying.
I didn't make it. I didn't make up the definition. All I'm saying is or feeling makes me confused. When it says or feeling, it confuses the definition now.
He's feeling confused.
I feel confused. I'm feeling intensely confused. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. We just proved you're right. I'm just saying it sounds like there's another way to use it in context.
I don't read that from what. No, I'm now disputing what you read because I don't agree. I read it too, and I still don't see it proving your point. But okay,
explain to me what it means. It says or feeling then.
I don't know, but
Ian, why are you so quiet? You're never quiet. Why are you so quiet?
I don't have a say in this because I think you're both right. Like it's not, I agree with Ben and I agree with you. I don't.
I want to ask you a question.
I think that if someone says in a bodybuilding world that's saying like that's, someone like James doing a set of 8 complete balls to walls, harder than anybody else is intense. I think that is as intense as someone can train from a bodybuilding perspective. But then when I think of the textbook term of intensity, I know Ben is right. And I knew that before when he initially said it, that percentage of 1 rep max and that maximal force production is technically the term of intensity. So he is right. And I don't think that you're wrong in saying that if you're training a set absolute fucking balls to the walls, like maximal, like human failure to say, even if it's 15 reps, because it's not 100% maximal load is not intense, I think is also incorrect.
Okay, here's why I have this is my take on it, right? Force output is that's what I'm trying to always honor, right? That's intensity to me.
Yeah.
If you're taking 1 minute rest, I don't care whether you're going to failure, your force production is now less than it could be.
I agree.
So the intensity now is lower. Whether you're going to failure or not, your force production has to come down because your ability to recover, your ATP, PC, all that stuff is limiting. You're limiting your ability to force produce.
Yeah, but what if I'm trying to get the most out of my muscle in that regard, like at that speed?
Yeah, okay, you're not training to me. You're not training with the maximum training intensity.
When in terms of lifting,
to me that's a low training intensity.
So that means. Wait a minute. When you say it like that, that makes more sense because you're not talking about a feeling.
About purely force production.
Force production.
Yeah. So like so for example, Dorian Yates, high intensity training, Jay Cutler, low intensity training.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with that. But that's not a feeling.
But I'm just scientifically, you can't measure feeling.
But the definition
This is physics. You can't measure feeling.
But the definition said or feeling.
You're picking one fucking word. You're picking one
I just
fucking
don't
word
know
to
what the
suit your argument.
I just don't. I'm not trying to suit my argument. I said you're right. Jay Cutler trains with low intensity. Dorian Yates trains with high intensity. I get it, but when it's used in a different context, as in,
No, I didn't write that fucking sentence, Fred. I don't know what they mean.
All I'm saying is Jay Cutler, Dexter Jackson, the number of bodybuilders that don't train with Dorian's style still train with a lot of intensity.
We'll agree to disagree on the definition of the word intensity.
I know, but
I'm not saying they're not working hard. See, that's where people are now going to get pissed. Oh, I work hard. I'm not saying you're not working hard. CrossFit is fucking hard.
So I'm asking you a specific question, though. Is there a different context where you could use that word and it wouldn't be wrong?
No, for me, no, because I'm so married to the intensity is force production.
It hurts my feelings to say I train with low intensity.
Yeah, I know. See, it hurts my feelings to accept that intensity is nothing else but respecting force production, right? And
so
you can't let the fact go that you train like a pussy.
So you're saying Iain trains with low intensity or lower intensity than Dorian Yates.
No, I'm saying no.
Yes,
I'm saying Dorian. No. I'm saying Dorian still trained with lower intensity than a powerlifter does in competition.
Yeah,
because that's the absolute of intensity is 1 rep. The absolute most you can do for 1 rep.
Okay.
Well, Dorian wasn't doing a 1 rep max every time he trained, so he wasn't performing maximum intensity. He's high intensity, not maximum intensity. There's a difference.
Okay. It took us 10 minutes, but I think I agree with you.
Okay. But I think that's good because it will clear it up to people who are going, well, Dorian's high intensity.
Well, you know why it's going to clear it up? Because I'm like the rest of the world, and I don't think of intensity as a measure of force.
Right. The intensity is the feeling of exertion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So what word do we use then for the feeling of exertion?
Effort.
So I train with a lot of effort. That sounds shitty. Effort. That doesn't sound very good.
That's the taking part award. That is. That's a good job for showing up, buddy.
So my fucking
max effort.
My hard ass fucking training is this. Jay Cutler trains with a lot of effort. That sounds shitty. That sucks.
Maximal effort, bro.
Maximal. See, I'm gonna create a shirt. Maximal effort.
You get a ribbon.
Yeah. So what do you have to do to say that you train intensely? What does that person have to do to
be a powerlifter?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, move closer towards moving more of your 1 rep max.
Well, just go to the gym every day, do every single lift.
This is what I don't understand.
The opposite of Brad Schoenfeld.
Okay, but wait a minute. This is what I don't understand though. Iain trains when he's squatting. He does 15 reps, right? 5 plates, 15 reps. You said 16 reps, right? You said that in your post.
Yes.
Okay, so if I train and I do 4 plates for 16 reps, we're training with the same intensity.
Okay.
If it's a percent 1 rep max, yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying. So wait a minute. This is actually no. This is important to get to this because, but Ben, when you say it, you make it sound like the load you're working with is what makes it intense or not. And when I say it, I'm saying the failure point is what makes it intense or not. So if Iain trains with high intensity and his set is 16 reps, and that's failure for him, and I train and I do 16 reps, and it's failure for both of us, even though the weight is different. We're training with the same level of intensity.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that I also don't think that training to do 16 reps is an intense set by definition.
Okay. That's fine. I agree with you now. Well, now we're exactly on the same page.
We all agree here.
So my training is just as intense as the next guy, as long as I'm failing at the same point.
He just wanted to have a dick measuring.
No, okay.
Sure
I want to make sure. No, I want to make sure.
Okay,
like, I want to know.
Put it this way. I don't know. I'll put it this way. So JP, I don't think I've rarely seen him do many more than 6 or 7 reps, right?
Yeah.
typically he's at 3, 4, 5, 6.
So his training would be more.
That's much more intense.
Yeah.
Whether it's failure or not, that's much more
Okay,
intense.
I got you 100% now, because my confusion came into play when I thought it's the amount of weight being used, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense, because people can train light and still train with intensity.
Yeah.
Look, hey,
It's not as intense as somebody.
If a newbie walks into a gym and he can only bench 135 pounds for 1 rep, that's his maximum intensity.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're on the same page. It took me 20 minutes to get it through my fucking head, though. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I wish we just would have these conversations off air. Does Fouad take deloads? If not, when do you cut back on your... Yes, I do. We talked about it at the beginning of the show.
Year round. He trains deloaded year round.
Because his intensity's so low, it's a constant deload state.
You lined that one up. That was just...
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. I don't know why I do this podcast. Fuck you guys.
Hey, no, go on.
My life's going to be ruined after this when everyone thinks
my image...
Instagram.
Yeah, but my image is torn to shit, Ian. I posted a leg video yesterday, and all the comments were like, "Oh, did you shower before the gym? Did you get McDonald's recently?" Like, there was no more like bodybuilding comments. It was all shitty podcast comments.
Oh, that's great.
And now I have this one to contend with. So now, because of Ben, I'm going to start getting, you don't train intensely, all this other shit. Fuck you guys.
People are going to be like, wow, 0% intensity.
Yeah, I know.
So, what was your answer to deloading? Seriously, because
I said, we talked about at the beginning of the show. Like, I'm going to start doing I'm going to start throwing in a light week every couple weeks.
But, I was going to say, are you going to have them regimented, or are they going to be as by feeling? I didn't mean that to be funny, but
I don't think I should go by feeling, because I get fucked up in my head, and I'll just keep going hard.
Well, you have the bodybuilder mentality. Yeah, you have that, like, I'll keep one more week. I can get one more week out.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm gonna have to schedule like a proper light week.
Yeah.
How many whole eggs could you eat in one sitting?
I used to eat a full carton of whole eggs every morning for breakfast.
Holy shit!
Are you serious?
Yeah. When I started dating Melissa, I used to hard boil like 10 to 12 eggs, and I would just pop them in my mouth like one after the other and eat all.
Hard boiled as well. That's fucking rough.
And I used to get really frustrated at them because I couldn't get the shells off well. So I'd like rage at them, and Melisa'd have to peel the shells off them.
If there's a trick to that, if you put salt in the water, it'll come off easily.
Yeah, she does that, but it's still like when you're doing 12 eggs, like it takes a long time, you know?
12 eggs, I'd have to fucking scramble them and cover them in ketchup. I couldn't. Yeah.
Do you put ketchup on your eggs, Ian?
No, not usually. I'll use sriracha or hot sauce, but not ketchup.
I use ketchup on my eggs. How many eggs do you eat in one sitting, Ben?
I don't know. I'm tempted to try now.
I think I could do 12, but I would have a massive stomach ache.
Yeah.
If you hard boil them, you could. Scrambled is a lot, man. It's fucking gross. Trust me.
I used to do 6 on a regular basis. Like,
actually, you know what? I reckon 8 fried would be super easy.
Fried might be, yeah.
I one bite. Man, I cook them over easy. I one bite them. So I think I could do 12.
I'd have to fry them.
I would one bite. The hard boils, I just pop them in my mouth like one at a time.
Yeah.
Chew it a little bit, swing it down.
You do chew.
But is that? Why do so many bodybuilders name omega-3 as their number one supplement? Yeah, Ian. What exactly
is that a joke?
No, is that actually? Why do so many bodybuilders name omega-3 as their number one supplement? What exactly are their benefits?
Everything.
That's it. That's your answer. Everything.
Everything is the benefit. Just fucking take it.
If you had to get pegged by someone from the whole bodybuilding gang, who would it be? From the Bodybuilding and Bollocks gang, who would it be from? That's such a stupid question. I'm not going to get pegged by anybody. Fuck you guys.
Chris.
Chris
is a pretty one.
So you can be included in this.
Yeah.
We're all getting pegged by Chris.
Fuck.
It was the question, if you had to get pegged by one person that's been on Bodybuilding and Bollocks, who would it be?
Fuck that. Have you ever had major disagreements with a coach during prep? If so, did someone come out with egg on their face? Have you ever had a disagreement with your coach, either of you, during prep?
Not really, no.
Yeah. I don't think I have. What have you? Well, Ben for sure. What have you disagreed with? What is your disagreement about?
I probably shouldn't say.
Oh, it was your last prep, I think.
I spoke to you on the phone broadly about everything.
Ben had an issue with, it's not a big deal, just fucking say it. Ben had an issue with doing, what was it? Fucking high intensity cardio versus versus steady state, and he was making no gains, so he had a disagreement and he had to change coaches. But I actually kind of agreed with you. It wasn't helping you. You're getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it was just my body was falling apart. And then also when you consider now that where my kidney health is at, high intensity cardio is not the best thing to be doing.
Well, right? So okay, that leads to a bigger point. If somebody's being coached by someone, and you guys are both coaches, so you can both answer this, but if someone's being coached by you, or you're being coached by someone and you're getting worse and worse and worse, and the coach is not doing anything, are you allowed to fucking leave, or are you supposed to stick it out until
you're allowed to? You're any person can leave at any point. Like,
okay, they're allowed. Okay, allowed was the wrong word. I guess what I'm saying is, if the coach is telling you things are on track, stick it out, but you feel deep in your heart that it's fucked up, do you leave or do you stick it out?
Well, you need to have a fucking conversation, obviously, first.
Yeah.
Let's say you have the conversation. The coach keeps saying, "Hey, it's fine. Everything's good. We're on track. Blah blah blah."
I'd probably ride it out for one show, and if they were completely wrong, then I would not. I would say, "Well, you were clearly wrong," you know.
So you would do the show. You would do the show.
It depends.
I got the show and I was like way off, but like I don't know. I've never showed up like that out of shape. I can't really relate to that.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between out of shape and then doing something which could potentially really fucking hurt you as well, right?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? We're talking about, oh, I think I'm behind, and the coach said, no, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Or we're talking about, hey, you should take X, Y, Z, and you're like, I don't think I should, and they're like, no, definitely trust me, take Lasix and fucking 10.
Well, you know what? Honestly, both questions are very good because some coaches are out there prescribing all the drugs in the world.
Right.
And some coaches are also telling people to shut the fuck up when they're way behind in their preps. So we'll take both questions. If you're just out of shape and it's 4 weeks out and you think you're 8 weeks out, do you just blindly stick to whatever your coach is telling you because he says the grand plan is working, or do you fucking make a change?
I mean, if you're that far behind, switching coaches is not really going to do a lot for you at 4 weeks out anyway, right?
You can't be saved, you don't think?
4 weeks, if you look like you're 8 weeks out.
It's a tricky question. I don't really know what answer I would choose.
It is a trick because you know why I have this question, because a lot of people have been messaging me recently about their coach and what they should do, and my answer is always back to them: I can't get involved with you and your coach because I don't know all the variables. You should really just have a conversation with your coach.
Mm-hmm. It comes there's two things. If you're behind, well, you might be behind for the show that you originally planned for. That doesn't mean to say you have to do that show, pick another fucking show, but talk to your coach about it, right? Say, hey, we're maybe behind. Do you think it's better that we look at doing a show the month after?
Let's say
that your coach is saying, but we're not behind. We're good.
Yeah. What if your coach is like, no, everything's on track. We're good for and it's the Nationals. You got to do it. You're not going to wait till next year. It's like your pro card's on the line. Like it's a good question because honestly, like, sometimes the right thing is to be like, look, this isn't working for me, man. I gotta make a change and do something now so that I can still get to where I need to get to.
End of the day, and I take pride in how my guys look because they're under my coaching, but they're the ones that are walking out on stage, right?
That's right. I think if this is me,
you take ownership for yourself at some point. Yeah.
If this is me and I get to answer it for the person, I'm saying, if you don't feel good, you got to leave. And I think because I've done what Iain said in the past is I've done things that the coach said to do and I knew weren't going to work for me, and it ended up really badly. I mean, I did an Arnold in 2014, and Fakhri Mubarak kind of dialed me in for that show at the end, and he had me drink 4 liters of water the day before. Now, for somebody like Iain, 4 liters of water works.
That's too little for me.
Yeah, it would like not be enough. For me, I showed up the next day looking like a fucking water bag. So I did it blindly. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I looked to end up looking like shit.
I think you have to take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, you do. You have to decide, am I going to fucking do this or am I not? And then
I agree.
I think
but you might talk to your coach and they might be able to offer some rationale as to why you do look like that or help you figure it out.
No, I'm
saying, I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying don't pull the plug just because you got worked up, got pissed off without saying anything, and then you went and started talking to another coach behind the back.
Yeah, 100%. I don't agree with talking to any coaches behind your coach's back. That's one of the worst things you can do, because the other coach is going to have another opinion, but he doesn't know all the stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
So it could be bullshit advice to begin with. What about in terms of drugs? What if you're with a coach and he's like, "Hey, you got to do X, Y, Z."
On this conversation,
we're just having our own thing.
They're having a side conversation about our conversation. I can hear them like.
Well, why don't we just do a Kardashians roundtable?
Okay, yeah, you guys get in this. What are you saying? What were you saying?
No.
Well, I heard Chris saying if Ian tells me you drink 500 mils of water, I drink 100. What'd you say? What was it? How'd you bring it up? What'd you say, Melissa?
I can't say.
Why?
Why?
Well, no, I have been in this situation once before.
Yeah.
And I said, it wasn't with you. It was when I worked with.
Yeah, she worked with Jansen for one show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all I said to him was like, I'm feeling very thick right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to be 4 weeks out, and I feel like I'm 8 weeks out.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And then he cut my food, and then I got in shape.
Okay. But he listened to you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's different if you're with a coach and you can talk to them and they're going to make changes. That's what Ben was saying. Always give your coach a chance first. But if you're with a coach and they just aren't doing anything and you just keep getting worse and worse and worse, then you got to make some decisions on your own, I think. Or like Ian said, you got to accept the responsibility, do the show, and then change coaches afterwards. What about in terms of drugs? Ben, if you're with somebody.
Well, I mean, I think this is where you got to take ownership for your own health on this. If someone says to take something you're not comfortable with, you have to just say, yo, I'm not comfortable taking that. Sorry.
What if the coach says you're not going to look good if you don't take it?
Then you say, well, that sucks. I'll look bad then.
Yeah.
Everyone has a line of where they need to draw. And my line might be different than Chris's line, Melissa's line, Courtney's line, your line, Ben's line. Everyone's could be different. You know, some guys will be completely fine taking, a gram of Tren. Some guys don't want to take 50 milligrams of Tren. I mean,
I don't have a line.
You have no line, eh?
I have no line. I'm just whatever you tell me to take, I'll fucking take it. I don't care. No, I'm just joking. I have a line. It's
Are you joking?
I'm half joking. There's a line, but it's like way in the distance.
There's a hazy line that you can barely fucking see. Way off over
mine's
there.
it's a perforated line. You can things can sneak through.
You can justify anything with that line. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just being fucking honest with you guys. You guys can scoot around it all you want. I've done shit in my career that when I look back on it, it's not like I did it out of reservation. I'm like, oh, I don't think I want to do this, and I did it anyway. Just looking back, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like I would
100%. And at the time, I had no issues with it at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to say broadly speaking, for a male bodybuilder, every single drug is a potential tool. They can be misused or it can be utilized, but that doesn't mean you should use all of them.
Yeah,
you certainly shouldn't. But that's a tough one.
I used all of them.
Yeah, you just picked up the fucking toolbox and threw it.
I used all of them at once one time. No, I'm just joking.
All alphabetical list of all steroids and just got them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what does this do? Builds muscle. Perfect. Next one. Yeah. No, like for me, like when I say like going back to my off season with insulin, there was like one full off season where I did insulin, and I was like, at the time I thought, okay, this is just what bodybuilders do. So I did what my coach said, but looking back on it, I would have been like, nah, because I know after that, there was a couple years later when I worked with a coach and he was like, hey, let's put in some insulin. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not putting it in. So sometimes you learn after the fact. It's not always.
I think most of the time you learn after the fact, right?
Yeah, but that's what's shitty, right? Because when you're young and you're coming up and you're working with a coach, especially a coach that has a name, you think, well, this is what all the guys are doing. I guess I got to do it. So it's tough to know where to draw that line.
Yeah, and like I actually had this conversation with Patrick the other day. We're on the phone and he said, I had some clients leave me because they wanted him to push harder and he refused. And now they've gone off with other coaches that were going to accept that. And he's like, am I wrong? And I'm like, well, no, because ultimately you've got to live with that.
I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid to talk to a coach. See, this is a strange thing to me. I've never done. This is something I've never done. I've done what coaches told me to do that when I look back, I think maybe I wouldn't have done it again. But I've never once said to a coach, I want to add more gear.
Yeah.
I get it all the time.
Yeah, I've never, ever said that once. Like
I get it all the fucking time.
Yeah,
I think 9 times out of 10, it's guys don't say anything and they just take more anyways.
Yeah, that's possible, but it's weird to me to hear that because, like, I could never imagine. Like, to me, Patrick is like the modern day Chad. Like, he's popular, everybody knows his guys look good, blah blah blah. I could never imagine when I work with Chad calling him up and going, "Hey, I want to add more gear to my stack."
Yeah,
but also Chad was never shy on your stack, right?
I never did that much, man. It's not as much. It's not what people think. It's not.
I would wager it's less than, say, Patrick or John.
John was similar. John was similar, man. It's not. People think these crazy numbers. All the coaches I worked with were all very, very close in protocol.
Most people are relatively in the same ballpark at that level. Yeah,
I don't think there's that dramatic a difference, but there could be a dramatic difference in prep strategies. I'll agree with you there. Like the protocols for prep with anti-estrogens and all that, for sure there was a difference. But I'm talking off season, like test levels and GH levels and all that, they're all very similar. So but yeah, it's weird.
And it's a lot less than people think, right?
Well, it is less than people think, but the main thing is I can't imagine a kid telling Patrick, who's got guys on the roster who, the only way I can imagine it is if he doesn't believe that he's giving those guys the same stack.
Yeah.
Like maybe this person thinks, oh, well, Iain must be taking way more than this. Fuck this.
That's what they think, though.
Yeah. I can see that. All right, so I got a really fucked up question, but I have to ask it anyway, just in case, because I'm always blown away by the answers. So, do you wipe standing or sitting down?
Standing.
You don't wipe peeing, Melissa. Melissa's like, peeing? I'm like, well, none of us wipe our dicks, you know?
I wipe my dick. No, I'm just joking.
What the fuck?
I'm joking. No, wait a minute. You guys just said
you sit and wipe?
Wait a minute. You guys just both said you stand to wipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stand to wipe?
How the
Chris
fuck?
stands to wipe.
There you go. Yeah, if Chris says it, then it's gospel. So fuck off, Fouad. No, you're wrong. You're wrong, Fouad. Fouad's wrong.
Chris, get the fuck out of here. You can't speak anymore. You just...
Hey, when you guys taking a shit, Melissa, do you wipe standing or sitting? She says sitting.
Yeah. So
you wipe sitting, Courtney?
What do you mean you just...
Right, so all of the girls have said sitting.
I fucking wipe my ass sitting. And you guys are gross.
So you wipe like a girl. We all wipe like men.
No, I don't wipe like a girl.
Fouad, I got a better question. Do you wipe front to back or back to front?
No, that's not. Shut the fuck up. Listen, I'm being serious here. Just wait a minute. Okay, can we just please go through that, because this is really weird to me.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting down, your fucking ass cheeks are spread apart.
Yeah.
And you can wipe your ass. If you fucking stand up, your ass cheeks come to. Wait a minute. If you stand up at all, your ass cheeks are going to come together. And
how fat is your fucking ass, bro? Jesus. Your ass is so fat that when you stand up, it's just completely immersed.
No, but even if it's a little bit, there's still more mess now.
No.
I want it to be spread when I wipe it.
Because you're not standing like straight up like this. You're kind of standing but like bent over a little bit, you know?
Show me how. Yeah. Show me how. Show me what you mean.
Let's show him like that. You're kind of standing bent with your ass.
You can cock a leg. You can do anything.
No, man.
You can cock a leg for sure.
Fuck that shit. That's not. No. I'll lean a little bit. No,
man, if I lean, I'm gonna break the fucking seat off the
I can
edge.
get under there comfortably. That'd be weird.
No, I just lean. Just tilt.
Dude, I'm gonna snap the hinge off the seat if I lean. The whole thing's gonna go.
I wasn't even. See, this fucking blows my mind every time. I wasn't even gonna read the question.
Because you just assumed everyone did sitting down.
I assumed everybody stayed seated because it's the cleanest way to do it.
No, because all men stand, all women sit. Do you sit down to pee too?
No,
I do. I do. I sit to pee all the time.
I sit
out of laziness.
I sit to pee in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. Yeah, I'll sit down.
No, I sit all the time. I just sit down and then I end up like on my phone for 10 minutes after taking a piss and I haven't moved.
I've done that for sure.
I can't fucking believe you guys said standing. Holy
Yeah.
shit. All
But
right.
you wet wipe, right? Do you wet wipe or do you go dry tissue?
No, dry tissue.
What? See, don't complain to me about being cleanly if you're using a
I have a
wet wipe.
I have a fucking bidet, man.
You have a bidet now, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. If you use the bidet, you can't stand up because you're not going to drip everywhere.
No, but I'm talking about before I had a bidet.
Okay. See, if you use the bidet, then you have to stay sitting because you're gonna your towel off down there.
Your butthole's getting a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But even before
You wipe after the bidet, right?
you have to dry, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's crazy.
Unless you got the little air dryer one. Have you seen those? They got the little it blows on your asshole.
That's real nice.
That might excite me. I might stay there for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do like what? Fuck, it's been like 2 hours. Okay, we'll do one more. Would you rather put a toothpick under your toenail and kick a wall as hard as you can, or swallow one needle?
I kind of want to say the needle.
Yeah, me too. That sounds terrible.
What would happen if you swallowed a needle though? Would it fuck you up?
That concept of kicking the fucking toothpick sounds so bad. Would you?
I don't know why.
Put a toothpick under your big toenail and kick a wall, or swallow a needle? Oh, think of that on your toe. That'd be so bad.
I can't, dude. I kicked my I stubbed my toe on this little stool I have here the other day. I was in pain for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, imagine your whole nail just like
I know
ripping off your foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna chance it that the needle goes down real nice.
No, I mean, I'm obviously gonna say kick the fucking wall because you're probably gonna get some kind of internal damage swallowing the needle, some kind of crazy perforation. So I'll say kick the toe, but I'm very unhappy about the decision.
Can I leave the plastic cap on the needle?
No.
Is it possible for the needle to go through without any damage?
No.
I highly doubt it. I'd be the toe thing just makes me fucking squirm though.
Yeah.
I figured out the loophole. I figured out the loophole, baby. I'm gonna turn the needle sideways and put it under my nail.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's what I'm doing. It doesn't say you can't do that.
Okay.
It says
sure. Okay. Well, then I clearly would choose that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't, so it's too late for you.
Well, I still chose the toe anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get to place the fucking toothpick under the nail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you ain't kicking shit. Oh, yeah. You got to kick it as well. Fuck. Oh.
What are all these fucking bum questions? Like, people are fucked.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Would you get bummed raw by an open class bodybuilder if it meant you could save 100 people from dying? No.
What do you mean no? Hang on. Are you being serious? 100 people dying.
But what are they dying of? Are they just dying randomly?
Are they going to die? Are they going to die anyway?
Are they going to die of old age?
Yeah, like
everyone's going to die of old age. Everyone's going to die of old age.
Yeah, but are they like 95?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to die. Say it's a random group of people, and some of them you know.
Is it a random group of 95-year-olds?
Say all right. Say it's the next 100 people you meet, including whoever's in your household.
Oh,
you're getting
100 people. 100 people.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to let my wife die. I'm fucking for sure. I'm going to do what I got to do. This is it's saying random people though.
But
okay,
like,
so even
we'll say 100 random children.
There you go. Yeah,
that's not fair either.
Is that?
Okay, 25 are children, 25 between 20 and 30, 25 like it's broad spectrum. Yeah.
What if do I have to know?
You have to know what?
Like if they die, like do I have to know like that they die?
For the rest of your life.
You have to see them get shot in the head.
Well, are you going to do it?
I'll take the rim. Line me up and let him go nuts.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have to.
I mean, I'm not going to enjoy it, but I don't want 100 people to fucking die, Fouad.
Would that really be your answer, though, if we weren't on the podcast?
Yeah. Yes, you fucking know it would be. It would be, because then I'd get the answer, you're fucking stupid. Which is what you told me the other night.
What do you mean?
Every time we have a conversation off the podcast and I say, no, I wouldn't do that, you went, yeah, but you're fucking stupid.
Think of it this way, Fouad. tons of people get fucked in the ass for pleasure. Nobody gets shot in the head for fucking pleasure.
There you go. Okay.
It's not because I'm not homophobic about it. I just don't want to get fucking anything put in my butt.
Yeah, you also don't want anyone to get fucking killed.
That's also true.
Yeah, people aren't. This isn't going to be like, well, you got bummed because you chose to get bummed. That's not.
I'm not worried about that part of it. I just, I don't know.
You might like it. Who knows?
I might like it.
Hey, imagine if you do it, 100 people survive and you like it.
That's a win-win. That's like the female bear.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking retarded. Oh, okay. Last one.
Last one.
You can only have one for the rest of your life, and the rest can never be eaten. McDonald's pizza. You guys don't even like McDonald's.
I don't like pizza either.
McDonald's is my favorite.
McDonald's pizza and pasta. You can only have one, and you can never eat the others.
McDonald's
Pasta.
all day.
I think I might go pasta.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like pasta. You don't like pasta, Ian?
I like pasta. I mean, I enjoy it as much as the next person, but I'm not nearly as much as McDonald's.
What if it was McDonald's pizza and charcuterie boards?
I'd probably still take McDonald's.
Wow, you like McDonald's more than I do, I think.
Yeah.
Ben, you're taking pasta?
Yeah, I don't like pizza, and I wouldn't have McDonald's.
You wouldn't have McDonald's?
No, I'd get a Whataburger.
What if it was Whataburger?
That's obviously.
I choose pasta because also I can have. Yeah, I make my cheat meals pasta. That's what I have.
Yeah. All right.
Pasta. Sorry,
okay, guys.
I'm boring.
Let's we'll wrap it up there. We'll talk next week, I guess.
Wish me luck on my life getting destroyed by hating Kevin Levrone here.
Oh my god, dude!
God,
I don't know
about that.
Let's take bets on how many videos they're going to make. I think Desktop Bodybuilding will probably make one.
Yeah.
And then Dave Palumbo will probably make one.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm sure some other small pages will. Maybe Nick Strength and Power will throw it on there.
I hope Nick Strength and Power throws it on.
I love how he went some other small pages.
Yeah,
Nick Strength and Power, man.
1 million subscribers.
No, he's the big one. I'm saying some other small pages more. Yeah.
So you shit on Kevin Levrone, Kai Green, and Nick Strength and Power all in one episode.
Yeah.
Right, Ben? He said Nick Strength and Power is a small page.
Oh, and Frank Zane.
And Frank Zane.
And Arnold. Frank Zane and Arnold. But I helped him with the Arnold one. But, okay, a little bit, but no one cares what I think. So you're going to get the flack for the Arnold one.
Yeah. All right. Okay, boys. We'll talk next week.
All right. See ya.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.